Hey, y'all. Hello, hello, hello. Let me know if you can hear me. Happy holidays to everyone. Happy, happy, happy. Happy holidays, Miss Mary. Well, it looks like Prairie View has hired their new head coach. Norfolk State has hired their new head coach. But in the SWAC, there's a couple of folks that don't have a head coach, Alabama A&M and Valley. And I just heard that the defensive coordinator for Alabama State has been elevated to UAB, and they have to play UAB week 1. And it made it big time, Willie! 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 He go! Willie! Hey, Avis. Yes. The defensive coordinator for Alabama State is gone. Though Trent Dilfer looked at their schedule for next year, looked at Alabama State and said, let me go and look and see what Alabama State talking about. Saw all their defensive stats and said, oh yeah, let me go ahead and get that up off you for our week 1. Let's go bring him on over here. Now, wow.
would you say that? Why would y'all say that? Let me make a public service announcement. Hang on, the kids is loud. So I'm gonna make a public service announcement. Here at SheLovesThee Podcast, we love to come up here and
It's just opinion. That's all it is. It's just opinion. It's just opinion. That's all it is. It's just opinion. It's just opinion. That's all it is. It's just opinion.
We love it when you come up here and share your opinions, right? I love it. I love when you guys come up here and, you share what you think about certain topics. I love the discourse. I love the debate. I love them back and forth. But you're going to have to put some respect on it, right? Ain't nothing wrong with going back and forth. But, we're not going to name call, okay? We're not going to threaten. We're going to be respectful in all things. This is a great space to talk about whatever you want to talk about, whether or not you agree, you disagree, you don't like it. Now there's if you cuss a little bit, like calling somebody out, there's a difference, right? So please be respectful. Let's be respectful of everybody on the platform. Respectfully disagree, I love good discourse. All right, so let me go ahead and give you who said it's Ray Lewis's son? Ryan Lewis? Miss Mac, I'm glad you put allegedly in there. Who said that was Ray Lewis's son? All right, so we're going to talk about Prairie View hiring Tremaine Jackson, Norfolk State hiring Mike Vick. Y'all go ahead and put a APB out for Mr. Ford. Wake him up. Tell Mr. Ford, because he's been asking for a couple of D2 coaches to be elevated, and we see one that has been elevated. What's that going to look like for Prairie View? And then we also have North Carolina A&T and Hampton headed allegedly. Can I get some allegeds maybe they were just airing their business out on Twitter just to be airing it out. Allegedly, they headed back to the MEAC. Now, in that instance, Mr. Ford said they need to take their ass back to the MEAC. That's a different type, right? That's a different type of cussing, right? They need to take their ass back to the MEAC. It's different.
Hey, everybody.
Say, what's up?
What's up?
Do you want to sing Holy Night real quick?
Mm-hmm.
It's right here. You're not even saying hi in the right spot. It's right there.
Hi.
Yep. Kids night, all right. And guess what? Okay, you want to sing Oh Holy Night and then go play?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, holy night, the stars are shining, shining. It is the night of our dear Savior's birth. Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till he appeared and the soul felt its worth.
Oh my goodness.
A thrill of hope, a weary world rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. Fall on your knees. Oh, hear the angels' voices. Oh, night divine. That was the end. Why are you laughing?
What happened? That's it? That's all you're going to do?
That's a verse.
Oh, okay.
That's a verse.
Okay. You want to sing another song?
What?
I want to sing a song.
Tiger
you
Nation.
have one too?
Tiger Nation, the
You have one?
undefeated.
What do you want to sing?
Twinkle, Twinkle, Star.
Okay. Y'all, this is our Christmas caroling by Aaliyah and Braxton. Go ahead.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how you wonder what you are. Up, 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 world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how you wonder, how you.
Yay, Aaliyah. Yay, Aaliyah. All right.
Shut
Okay, this is the year of the what?
It's the year of the tiger.
Uh-oh. Okay. Oh, Lord. All right. You done?
Mm-hmm.
Or you have one more song from your Christmas caroling?
One more song.
Okay.
And me too.
Okay, go ahead. This is the what is it called when you this is praise and worship, y'all. So go ahead and get this praise and worship in. Go ahead, Braxton.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring, King. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Yay! You want to sing something else, Aaliyah, before y'all go?
Okay.
And make sure you close the door and don't make no noise so I can have the show. What do you want to sing?
I sing it right now.
Okay, you can come back later. All right, y'all go play. Say bye-bye.
Yo, yo.
That's the wrong sign, ain't it?
Yo, yo.
I don't think that's...
Yo, yo, peace.
All right, y'all. Braxton had a Christmas program. So there's that. All right. Now, where's Mr. Ford? Yes. Silent night. He's gone now. He gone. Not requesting silent night. Braxton is gone. So that's Braxton's Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to y'all. All right, let's get into the show. It's a good thing he was asleep the other night. Y'all was cutting up in here, grown style. So I am excited to announce the Prairie just he's an on time God. Yes, he is. Oh, y'all have to excuse my voice, but hey,
can you hear me?
yes, Mr.
Yeah.
Ford.
Yes.
You missed all the rigmarole the other night.
I know. Listen, I heard all that. I said, no, I'm going to go to bed. Mr. Willie and Maximilian, I said, no, I'm going to bed. I listened for a little while and I went on the bed.
Well, what do you think about it? I listen. Okay, so Mr. Ford, let's just discuss the premise of the conversation, which is that HBCUs, we can specifically say Jackson State, did not target inner city youth or the 3 stars or the 4 stars that they weren't offering them. Can you give us a little insight on, because you know about how recruiting worked and how the SEC and all of them basically bankrupt Black college football.
Yeah.
So can you give us some insight on that?
Yeah. And hey, Miss Whitley. Okay, now that's why I always tell y'all, that's why I love the transfer portal, because the transfer portal put us back in touch with a Black athlete that we hadn't been able to touch in about 40 years. Okay, now during the 70s, I was in high school. I was in high school from 75 until 78. And the Black colleges, the HBCUs, were still putting their hand on what you would call the 4 and the 5 star. Okay. But in the 80s, it began to change. Really, maybe like 82, 83, we still had a few, guys on our campuses that we knew were going to go pro, but it began to dry up. And, when I was teaching, I started teaching in 1984. And when I would talk to kids in the late 80s, they weren't even considering Black schools. And some of them, their parents were.
Okay, so when you say that they weren't considering, that doesn't mean that the Black colleges weren't reaching out to them. That just means.
Well, some of them were not reaching out because they felt like it was already, something in stone, that it was really like a waste of time for them to reach out. But there were some people that were reaching out to the big stars and all of that. Because they did, which like I've always told you, Coach Slime is a habitual liar. And he stated that no Black school had reached out to him, but they got it on tape. Rudy Hubbard did reach out to him, and he wanted him as a quarterback. But he made the statement that no Black school had reached out to him, which was a lie. Well, you remember, he is a habitual liar. And so during that period, our recruiting did fall off a whole lot. Now, I remember, I'll never forget this. This was 1970. I'm trying to think, was it 79? My high school coach, he was my position coach. He was a graduate of Albany State in the 50s. He told us one day, he said, Valdosta State is getting ready to start a football program. And he went on to tell us that more white schools, smaller white schools were going to start programs, and that it was going to hurt the HBCU because right now we're getting what he said was a second stringer. And then he told us that with schools like Valdosta State and Georgia Southern starting programs, we were going to lose out on the second string and we were going to start getting the third and fourth string. Now,
because they still had the NIL, the undercover deal.
And they had more money. Yeah. And the prophecy was correct. It was. Now, in the midst of that, we were still getting a diamond on the Black college campus, but they had to be developed. Okay. Got to remember now, even I think in the 90s, you still was getting a Michael Strahan. In the mid or early 80s, you got a Jerry Rice. You got Aeneas Williams Walter Payton was in the 70s. We were still, listen, I once had a picture. There was a guy, he was in Jackson State. Listen, that was Mr. Benson. He worked at Albany State. He was in charge of public relations. And he was also the sports information director. And he gave me a picture of a Jackson State team in 1973 or 1972. And I'm telling you the truth, 20 of them players off of that team went pro. It was Walter Payton was on there. You ever heard of a guy named Donald Reese? Donald Reese was on there. There was a guy named Ricky Young was on there. There was a guy named His name was Vernon Perry. He was on that picture. Walter Payton. Walter Payton had a brother named Eddie Payton. He was on there. Jackie Slater was on there. I mean, they had about 20 players off of that Jackson State team that them guys went pro. So that's why I'm telling you, in the 70s, we were still getting the 4 and the 5 star. We were still getting them. When we weren't getting them anymore was the decade of the 80s. But like I said, you were still getting a diamond in the rough.
Robert
because
Brazil.
Yeah, Brazil was on that picture. Robert Brazil was on that picture. Oh man, it was so many guys. All of them went pro. It's some guys I'm missing. Now Ricky was a little later. Ricky might have been on that picture. I remember Ricky coming out of Jackson about 78. Was it? Somebody correct me on that. Did Ricky Patton come out of Jackson and said, because Ricky was originally drafted by the Falcons? Because I remember seeing him in the clubs.
Don Reese.
Don Reese, that's right. Because Don Reese, remember, he was the subject of a Sports Illustrated article about the players being on cocaine, and the article kind of centered on him. And he was with the Dolphins. I remember him. He was with the Miami Dolphins. Somebody said, what teams did Reese play with the Chargers too? Because I think it was the Dolphins.
What club? They said, what clubs was you in, Mr. Ford?
Back then we had a club here called Mr. V's. That was the club of the celebrity. That's where, if you wanted to see football players, basketball players, actors, actresses, and all that, you would go to Mr. V's. That was in the late 70s. I think Ricky came here. He didn't stay here no more than about a year or two, and then the Falcons traded him to the 49ers. And I think he got a Super Bowl ring with the 49ers. Somebody check it. Yep, somebody check that. But his name was Ricky. Ricky was with Perry. That other guy was named Perry. Perry was bad. His name was Perry Harrington. He was a big time running back. He had speed. He was powerful, and I think he went to the Eagles.
The premise was basically that Jackson didn't recruit those types of caliber players. But what I was saying, I just went and I looked at the 2018 roster, and I did see that there were a significant amount, probably about, I would say, 30 players that were recruited in the state of Mississippi. And then of those 30, there was probably about 5 or 6, maybe even 7 that were from Ridgeland, just basically around the Hines area, Byram, Jackson. But the thing that we pointed out, of course, is that these other colleges were handing out money.
Oh, yeah. And Connor, remember, Bear Bryant owned, 5? Somebody in Alabama didn't he own 5 Chevrolet dealerships? And remember, if you came to Alabama, the way he would get you money, he would give you a car, and then he would give you season tickets. You would get like, 10 or something, and then you would sell the season tickets. That's how you got your money. Right. Yeah, Tiger Nation was on Campbellton Road, and then it left Campbellton Road after many years and moved downtown, and it basically went out of business downtown. But yeah, that's how they would get you money. And the other thing they would do is after the game, this especially 70s and 80s, the boosters would come up to you and shake your hand, and sometime in that handshake would be $500. That's how they would pay you. Yeah, I remember Jeffrey Moore. That's right, Jeffrey Moore. I remember Jeffrey. Yeah. Oh yeah.
But I will say this, and it's a reason why HBCUs need NIL collectives, need that crowdfunding, is because for us, yes, you can utilize playing for your school or doing it for the culture, but the ability to have some little pocket change or an NIL, the ability for kids to buy some shoes or some extra, whatever it may be, There's nothing wrong with that in the new era of NIL. Because not everybody is going to just drive off the lot with a car. But if I got gas money, food, the ability to buy me some clothes and some video games and pay my insurance on my car and, have a nice padded apartment, and I get to experience the HBCU culture on top of that, and I get to play for my people, and I get to play in front of 30 or 40,000. I get to take a chartered plane to a classic,
Yeah.
I can get with that,
Yeah.
right? Because not everybody's gonna get a Lamborghini, I will say this, and this is after doing a little bit of research. I found that a lot of times parents are a mitigating factor on whether or not these kids choose to play for HBCUs, right? You might have a parent that's saying hop up in the portal because they want their kids to get the NIL deals, or they want to go,
Yeah. Now, listen, let me, there are two books you want to read. One was called The Agent Game, which gave you a lot of information about the recruiting that colleges did in the 80s, and also what was going on with those rookies during the 80s in the pro game. Now, one of the books quoted Ray Goff, and Ray Goff said he didn't really like dealing with Black kids who had a mother and a father.
Mr. Ford.
And he liked dealing with kids who basically just had a mother, because he had that was a guy, I don't know. Are you familiar with the name Clarkston Hines? He was talked about in the book. Clarkston Hines' daddy was pressing.
No, but you sound like, when you say looking for single mothers, you sound like what Dion said once he got to Colorado.
That's what Ray Goff said. Ray Goff was the head. He was the
kids with single moms that's hungry.
Yeah, Ray Goff was the head football coach at the University of Georgia during the late 80s and into the 90s. But before that, he was like one of the top recruiters in America. And that was a story done, and which they quoted him. And he basically said that he didn't like dealing with kids, Black kids who had a mother and a father. And he pointed out this kid was named Clarkston Hines. Clarkston Hines, I think, was from Jacksonville. Somebody check that. Clarkston Hines. He eventually played for Steve Spurrier at Duke. And what was happening was, when he went to recruit Clarkston Hines' daddy had a series of questions that he couldn't answer. Number one, how many Black faculty members do you have at Georgia? How many Black administrators do you have in the sports department at Georgia? Those kind of things. That's not what he wanted to hear. And he basically said that what his pitch was to Black women was, he always told them that the kid was going to make a lot of money. The kid's going to go pro. We're going to help him. You're going to, he's going to come up and you're going to come up. And he was very successful in that, because during the period that he was recruiting for Georgia, he was able to get a lot of big time players to come to Georgia. A lot of big time players. He had actually worked even though he was a quarterback at University of Georgia in the mid 70s, but his first job was at South Carolina. He was pulling so many players out of Georgia. Vince Dooley hired him as, I want to say, running back coach or something, but his main thing was recruiting Georgia. And that was I just can't think of the name of the book, where they talked about Ray Goff and they interviewed Ray Goff. If you ever get a chance, Ray Goff, he was the head football coach at the University of Georgia after Vince Dooley left. And he talked about the recruiting of the Black athletes, because he recruited all over the South.
Well, I'm glad that you gave us the historical aspect of that, because we needed that commentary. Just to frame the discussion, right? Because, then it's interesting to hear that perspective, and then also the perspective that sometimes the coaches were freezing recruiting coaches out from being able to talk to certain players due to a kickback. But Mr. Ford, we can move on to the next subject.
Okay.
Listen, you have been talking about these coaches
Yeah.
for the last couple of days.
Yes.
The last time you were on here, you dropped some alleged tea, but I guess you already knew what was going to happen because Prairie View has released their official press release welcoming Tremaine Jackson
Yes.
to Prairie View has a hill too.
Right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Prairie View A&M welcomes Coach Tremaine Jackson to
Yes.
the Hill.
Yes.
So, on behalf of the SWAC, we also want to welcome Coach
Yeah.
Tremaine Jackson.
And we're wishing him all the success in the world.
Yes, I'm going to go ahead and read the press release and then get your commentary.
Right.
Prairie View A&M has named Tremaine Jackson as the new head football coach for the Panthers, effective January. Commitment to student-athlete success. Coach Jackson brings a wealth of experience and an unrivaled passion for the sport to the university. He's fresh off of being named AFCA Division II National Coach of the Year. He served as a head coach of Valdosta State University Blazers football team 3 seasons. He has an overall record of 32-9. He guided the Blazers to an undefeated regular season in 2024 en route to the NCAA Division II National Championship game. In his second year with Valdosta State, he won the South Conference Championship, becoming the first Black coach in conference history to win that title. The team ranked in the top 15 nationally in passing offense, first downs, completion percentage, passing efficiency, net punting, and fumbles recovered. Additionally, the team achieved the highest grade point average in program history. So these are all great things to bring over to Prairie View. Before taking over Valdosta State's program, Jackson was head coach for the Colorado Mesa Mavericks, defensive line coach at Texas State, and defensive coordinator at Abilene Christian. He also spent time as an assistant head coach at the University of Sioux Falls, helping lead the Cougars to a combined 32-5 record in 4 seasons. He began his coaching career at Texas A&M University Kingsville. He's been in the SWAC. He served as a defensive coordinator for Texas Southern from 2008 to 2011, helping the team win the 2010 Southwestern Athletic Conference SWAC title. Is that the only title they've ever won?
Well, that must have been with Johnny Cole because I think they vacated that one. Johnny had put together a program over there, and then they accused Johnny of a lot of cheating, and I think the school gave back the SWAC championship.
Dang!
Yeah, because Johnny put together a program. Johnny was doing transfer portal back then. His thing was to all Division I FBS players, you can come to Texas Southern, no questions asked. I don't care if you've been in a robbery, whatever. You can come to Texas Southern, and he did. He
Wait a minute. He said no questions asked.
No questions asked, baby. We give second chances at Texas Southern, and he put together, a big time team. And I remember they went to Southern, and at the time, Southern's coach was named Stump Mitchell. And you know how you talk about belter ass? They put belter ass over there, and that the belter ass that they gave Southern, the people at Southern fired Stump Mitchell right after that. They said he got to go. You got to go. But that was Johnny Cole.
Last chance.
Yeah, they was last chance you under Johnny Cole. Johnny had some quality players down there. Because he told everybody in FBS, he and his brother are really good. His brother was named LC. LC went to Nebraska. Johnny went to Texas Southern. They're from Dayton, Ohio. They went to a high school called Dunbar High. Their head coach was Pete Richardson.
Spilling tea, and I'm just now putting it together that Coach Johnny Cole that you talking about, same Johnny Cole, he has a podcast now. I'm putting it together.
I talked to him at the Celebration Bowl. I talked to him and his brother. When we walked out of the game, his brother was there, and I was telling his brother how thankful we are for what they've done at Clark. Because, when we was at Clark, our football was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
If we wanted to see a real football game, we went over to Morris Brown. Because Clark and Morehouse didn't give a damn about no football. So if we want to see a good football game, we always would go over to Morris Brown. So I saw the brother LC, and I acknowledged him, and then I turned around, and there was Johnny. And I've been watching Johnny for years. I knew Johnny before I knew LC. Keeping up with him, for years.
Mr. Ford, you dropping tea and history in the chat. You are dropping tea and history in the chat. Okay, let me finish this up. So that SWAC title, it was vacated, but Jackson also had stops at Trinity Valley Community College and Evangel University. So he has a lot of coaching trees here, y'all.
Oh yeah, he does.
And he's familiar with Texas, which that's a plus.
Yeah.
Anton Goff expressed his enthusiasm for the arrival of Coach Jackson. Coach Tremaine Jackson is a natural fit for Prairie View and for what we want to see our program become. His experience, leadership, and dedication to student-athlete success aligns perfectly with our university's values and goals. We expect excellence, and we're very confident that Coach Jackson will deliver. We're looking forward to the positive impact he will have on our football program and the entire Prairie View community. He was named as ESPN as one of the 45 minority coaches under 45 to watch, and he was on the Football Scoop's 2022 Minority Watch List. He participated in the NFL Bill Walsh Minority Fellowship. He spent a week with the Pittsburgh Steelers in 2023, and he was part of a training camp in 2024 with the Jacksonville Jaguars. He also completed NFL internships with the Houston Texans and San Diego Chargers.
Right.
Jackson played on the defensive line at Texas Southern for 2 years after transferring from ULM. He's a 2006 graduate of the University of Houston, where he obtained his bachelor's in interdisciplinary studies.
Mm-hmm.
He's a Houston, Texas native. That's good.
Right. Wonder what was he, Madison or Yates? What was his high school in Houston? You know about Madison and Yates, right?
I don't know about Madison and Yates, but I know it says that he's a Houston, Texas native, which is probably one of the things Prairie View is looking for.
I went to a game. I was a student at Grambling, and a guy took me to a game, and Madison, I think it was Madison and Yates, played in the Houston Astrodome. I'm telling you, it was about 50,000 people. And I was like, this is a high school game? It was about 50,000 people there. This was in the mid 80s. Yeah, I think it was Yates and Madison.
Sorry, there's people in the chat cutting up. So somebody asked this question, but I want to highlight this. Prairie View was supported in its coaching search by Collegiate Sports Associates, a leading national executive search firm. So any of you HBCUs that are looking, Collegiate Sports Associates is a really good national executive search firm for coaching searches. Dre wants to know, Mr. Ford, does Alabama A&M still have a football program? Mr. Ford dropped off. Oh, Lord. Why are y'all being messy in the chat, Lord? Let me play some gospel music or something, because the tea y'all are dropping in this chat ain't no joke. Like, what is going on? Y'all are dropping tea in the chat. I've dropped the link again, but I need to play some type of gospel music. Let me go to Dre's page. I know he's got some real good gospel music. Because, Lord, I'm over here trying to keep it together and y'all over there cutting up. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Let me go ahead and play this. Here comes Mr. Ford, but we need to listen to some gospel music or something. Cleanse out let him use you, Lord. You know I'm going to Mr. Ford getting ready to drop the T. Here, let me play this real quick to cleanse out the chats. Lord, mercy. Open me up, clowning. You're back, Mr. Ford.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah. Hang on, we gotta cleanse the chat.
I live Hey. Stop her. Hush, hush. Okay, please. Silence in the name of Jesus. I lift my hands into the only voice I want heard is his.
Mr. Ford, they're cutting up in the chat. So
okay, they all right? What they talking about in the chat?
Nothing.
Okay.
We need to talk about how they need to take their ass back to the MEAC. Do you want to say anything else?
Yes, listen, I've been so happy.
Wait. Before we move on, let's close out because we have a habit of doing this. Let's close out for Tremaine Jackson.
Okay.
Do you have anything else you want to say about?
Listen, I think this is a major hire for Prairie View. I think it's a major hire for the SWAC, and I'm just wishing him all the luck. I just hope he comes in and I want the people at Prairie View to be patient with him and let him put together a championship program. He can do it. Let him do it. The other thing, I'm just really hoping that he's able to bring that staff from Valdosta State. At least I hope he can bring the position coaches and the coordinators. That's what I'm hoping for. But I think he's going to do well at Prairie View. You're talking about 30 or 40 miles from the city of Houston. That turns out 500 to 600 Division I signees every year. And then now you got the transfer portal. You got all them junior colleges. I just want to see him build a powerhouse like the you remember they had a super coach there back in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, Billy Nix. I hope he can.
Well, I don't know who it is. Who was?
Yeah, they had a guy named Billy Nix, man. Billy Nix was from Georgia. He was from Griffin, Georgia. He was a graduate of Morris Brown College.
They said that they're going to have 500 fans instead of 50.
Yeah, I hope he can build a program.
I think being a native from Houston, Texas, I really think that he's going to be able to invigorate that fan base and get them excited about football, right?
Yeah. Hey, how about Prairie View showing up at the Celebration Bowl? How about that?
You saw Prairie View?
Huh?
How many people did you see from Prairie View?
You talking about at the Celebration Bowl?
Yeah, I was so one track mind. So basically,
well, let me say this: the schools that I saw that were not involved, I saw a lot of North Carolina A&T people. Now, why I don't know. Somebody said it's because their band was in the band competition.
Oh, A&T? Oh yeah,
A&T people were there. Okay, let me tell you who else was deep. Tennessee State people were deep at that game last Saturday. They were deep up in there. And I was like, why? Why are these Tennessee State people here? But they was deep now. And the other thing that was so deep, I was in the midst of that crew. Them Rattlers was up in there. Them Snakes was there, baby. Them Snakes, and listen, they had on their stuff too. They had on their paraphernalia. Because I walked out, and guess who I saw? I saw Bobby
Dr.
Swoops.
Brian?
No, Bobby Swoops. You know Bobby?
Okay. He lives in Atlanta, Mr. Ford.
Yeah, he works. I think he works for the government. Doesn't he work for the Fulton County government?
I hope that man don't work for the government.
Yeah, he does. He works for the government. He's like
There
one
ain't
of
no
the
way
big
that
time
man
Florida A&M alum. But anyway, it was about, I talked to him, and standing behind him was about 100 snakes. And all of them was dressed in their
100
A&M,
snakes.
about 100 snakes. And I was like, man, fam, you. But then somebody said, well, they band won the competition last night. But them snakes was there, baby. Them rattlers was up in there last week. I'm just gonna tell y'all now.
We were just showing them how they needed to see what we got on display.
Yeah, them rattlers was there now. Them rattlers was there.
They wasn't in Jackson, but they showed up in Atlanta.
They showed up in Atlanta because they was there, dressed down in orange and green.
You said that there was 100 rattlers there for the marching 100.
Standing right behind Swoops. Yeah, they was rattlers all over the place. When I walked out, like I said, when we walked out from our seats, we saw
I don't know where y'all was walking at. That must have been, I don't know.
No. I was sitting in the end zone. I was in section 121. Okay, we got out. Okay. Once they did the trophy presentation, we walked out. And when we walked out into the, where the concession stands, well, that's when I saw L.C. Cole and Johnny Cole. All right, we talked with them for about 10, 15 minutes, and then we walked out, we walked around, and then we walked out of the dome. And when I walked out of the
State fans did you see, Mr. Ford?
1 million? 1 million. 1 million. Yeah. It was 1 million of them there.
Yeah, it was 1 million. That sounds about right.
Yeah, they were there. Right. No doubt about that.
Mr. Ford, the segment of this show is wait, hang on just a second. The cheering then came back. This segment is called "They Need to Take Their Ass Back to the MEAC." I like that.
Oh, I do too. I love it.
I like that. That they need to take their ass back to the MEAC. Let me find that. Because you've been probably, how long you say, Mr. Ford? 1.5 years?
Huh?
Almost 2 years. Haven't you been telling folks that North Carolina A&T and Hampton, they need to return back to their roots?
Well, Mr. Mona, you got to remember, his name was Dr. Martin, Chancellor Martin, and that guy's name is Earl Hilton. They destroyed one of the top 10 FCS football programs in the nation when they come up with this idiotic idea about pulling A&T out of the MEAC. They had won this Celebration Bowl 4 times. In the last 2 years,
I thought one of those was
let me say this. A&T is the laughing stock of HBCU and the FCS. They've only won 2 games in 2 years. So, like I told the A&T people at my school, see, the Bible talks about being decent and in order. So if A&T was going to be decent in order, before you fired the Undertaker, you should have fired Earl Hilton, because he was a part of the apparatus that destroyed your athletic program. Okay, the Undertaker, he didn't have anything to do with that. That program was destroyed when he got there. The number one person that should have been destroyed was the athletic director, Earl Hilton. He helped drive that program into a ditch, and that program's in a ditch. Okay, and so if you're gonna fire Vincent Brown, Earl Hilton should have been fired first. Now, let me tell you this little story quickly. I was talking to my people at my school from A&T. This is the story they told me. In order for them to get rid of Vincent Brown, a number of the big money alums at A&T put together $1 million. The $1 million was given to Vincent Brown. Then he was fired.
Damn, they got money like that, Mr.
Listen to me. Listen. he was fired. It was a give. Hold. Let me finish this. And it was a give and take situation. They gave the $1 million. The take was they told the administration at A&T that they wanted the athletic program put back into the MEAC. Now, the other part of the story they told me was that there is conversation. Allegedly. Hold on. Allegedly. Now, what they told me was that there is conversation at Hampton, but there's not the pressure that is at A&T. So I was very happy about that because they basically stated to me, A&T is going back to the MEAC. Okay, but there's conversation. Now, what they said about the new president of A&T, he wants to know the pros and the cons. He wants a presentation of the pros and the cons of being in the CAA and the pros and cons of being in the MEAC. Okay, but supposedly at Hampton, it's just conversation. There is conversation at Hampton.
Mr. Ford, you gotta get folks to say allegedly like 10 times before you drop that type of tea.
Allegedly. Allegedly.
Do you know what you just said? Them folks said, we got the money. We'll give you $1 million.
They paid Vincent Brown $1 million to go away. That's what they did. They paid him $1 million to go away.
But the $1 million has is contingent upon them
that they go back to the MEAC. To the MEAC. That they go back to the MEAC. And it's not just going back; it's pressure being applied right now. So, like I said, I see A&T will be going. I think A&T is headed back. Now, like I said, at Hampton, supposedly allegedly, it's just conversation.
I think there's some distinction between fans and what they feel like they want to do. Like, they normally don't air their business out like that because the Aggies don't like for people to be in their business. They was airing it out on Twitter the last couple of days.
Well, see, here's the thing. You listen, you won 4 Celebration Bowls. Okay. Now you see the rise of Jackson State. You see Jackson State has taken over as the big dog or as the kingpin in HBCU football. You're jealous. Okay. And it's your fault. You destroyed your own program. Okay. It's A&T's fault. Chancellor Martin and Earl Hilton, the athletic director, put you in a ditch. So how could you fire Vincent Brown when it was Chancellor Martin is now retired, but Earl Hilton is still there? Earl Hilton should have been the first one fired. You were not, you A&T people, you were not decent and in order.
Mr. Ford, I am just flabbergasted right now. I am in shock that it's more that, I mean, you set it out and aligned it perfectly as to where this all came from, because I was like, where did all this come from? Like, in the last 48 hours, it's chatter. And normally they don't air their business out like that, but they're just like, you know, people saying that they're headed back to the MEAC, or, you know, and, you know, we got some folks that be clowning on social media, including Dre, and I'm getting ready to play it. Because he said basically that North Carolina A&T is ready to beat up on the blacks again. Ready to beat up on. They got tired of getting whooped by the blacks. They got tired of it, and they said, you know, we got to do something different. They paying they dues back. I love it. I love it, Mr. Ford.
Uh-huh.
I love it. But I think so here's my thing. From what I'm understanding, they might only do certain sports. That's what they're talking about. Because they're saying that it's a like almost $2 million to leave the CAA.
Okay.
Maybe even more than that, 2.5. So they're going to try to do football only and see if they can just go back in football only and leave the other sports still in the CAA. So they're going to come up with a new MEAC name when Hampton and North Carolina A&T return. Y'all drop some names in the chat. Greater MEAC Tabernacle. You know, when churches, when they separate, they always come up with a new name.
Right. Oh, yeah.
I was thinking New Life of MEAC. New Life MEAC. Because that's going to bring new life, right? It's going to rejuvenate the MEAC. I think that the other institutions are going to be excited. You got Sean Gibbs that's here. You got Mike Vick that's here. You got, who else you got?
Right.
Shennis Berry.
You got Shennis Berry. Did Delaware State name a new coach yet? Right? Did Delaware State name a new coach?
No.
Okay.
No. What do you think about Mike Vick?
Oh, you know. Listen, I'm a Mike Vick fan. I know it's a difference between playing and coaching, but I'm just hoping that that he does well. We got several at my school. We got Norfolk graduates, and they wanted to have a pep rally. When they got the word, they are so happy. Now, one of the things they said is that they want him to do what TC has done, is that they want him to make sure he goes into the small towns in Virginia and get them, them athletes that nobody knows anything about. They basically want him to follow the TC
blueprint.
Blueprint. Yeah, they did tell me that.
The TC Taylor blueprint. What's the TC Taylor blueprint, Mr. Ford?
Well, it's the old Jackson State way of going into all them small towns and getting, because that was the thing about Bear Bryant when he was in Alabama. His program was based on small town kids in Alabama. He recruited the small towns real heavily, and that's what TC's doing. He's got his hands on those small towns. That's what they want Michael Vick to do. They want him to get those kids out of those small towns in Virginia.
You know what? I like the fact that the blueprint that's being attributed to the new way of recruiting, it's being hailed as a TC Taylor blueprint, right? Because his strategy over the last couple of years has been bring in the plug and play. So you plug those key pieces that you need right away. You plug them in with the grad students. You get those JUCOs, but not just any type of JUCO players. Oh no, these have to be top 100 JUCO type of recruits, not just anything. And then he targets championship high school programs for his high school recruits, because they're going to be already developed to a certain level, especially when you talk about getting kids out of Georgia and Texas and Florida. And then, of course, getting those dogs from the state of Mississippi, like you said, those small town places.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, I saw that was okay. One DB is coming to Jackson. He's from McNeese State. One DB was from Southern Mississippi. He's coming to Jackson. I think it was another. Listen, them guys, they got NFL technique already. Now, I couldn't tell by the film I was watching because the guy that was doing the talking, he's the guy that wears the headphones and he always claps his hands right there. Yeah. He did a thing. He did the Jackson State recruitment. Listen, y'all got some DBs coming. Them guys they got pro technique. Them guys already got pro technique. And they all of them can do press coverage like they pros already. I saw it. I was like, damn, this what they got coming? Yeah, them guys was really good.
We have a couple of DBs that graduated. We had a couple of secondary that entered the transfer portal and that graduated or, are waiting to see whether or not they're going to be awarded another year of eligibility. So for us, it's just a reload situation.
Now I saw the defensive end. He went at the kid from Michigan. What's his name? That wore that like a cast or something on his hand. He was like a stand-up defensive. Noble. So he went in the transfer portal.
Joshua Nobles.
Yeah. So he went in the portal, right? Okay.
You talking about Levi? You talking about Levi Wyatt?
No, I was talking about Joshua Noble.
Mississippi,
Oh yeah.
No,
one kid was from Mendenhall. Was it? Was somebody from Yazoo, Mississippi?
Yeah, that was Amari. No. Kamari Rogers was from Madison. That's the 4-star, the former 4-star.
Oh yeah, he's good. I saw his film.
His dad was a 1996 SWAC champion. His dad went to Jackson State.
Now, what was his dad's name?
Marcus Rogers, 1996 SWAC champion at Jackson State.
Okay, he was a football player, or what was he?
Yeah, he was a football player.
Okay, so was that for Commergy's? Who did he play for? Or did he play for Big Daddy?
Heck no, it wasn't Commergy.
So it had to be Big Daddy? What did he play for? Big Daddy?
I don't know. I just know. Let me see.
That sounds like Big Daddy, like he played
SWAC champion.
That sounds like Big Daddy.
Somebody said Big Daddy.
Yeah, that had to be
Rogers
Big Daddy.
played for Big Daddy.
Right. Okay.
So he's a 4-star cornerback. So that's the one that I think you're talking about.
Oh, them guys look good. Every one of them DBs look good. Them DBs I couldn't tell how fast they are, but I can tell you this: if them guys are 4.4 and 4.3, them guys are going pro. Them guys are going pro because they got their technique. They are technique sound. Them guys are technique sound, and they can go bump and run at any time. And that's what everybody's looking. Can you imagine them guys going bump and run, and you and Coach the defense coordinator, what's his name?
Terenzo Quinn.
Yeah, with Quinn. Oh man, bringing all that pressure and you and bump and run. Oh man, them guys gonna go pro. I'm telling you, if them guys can run, they going pro. Them guys, because they can go one-on-one, man to man. That's what everybody looking for, especially in the league.
Did you see our edge from Florida too?
Did I see who now?
Our edge, Quincy Ivory.
Okay, now where was he from?
Florida. He's from Spring, Texas, but he's transferred from Florida. Our defensive line coach was a graduate assistant at Florida.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I knew that. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so and then particular young man, his dad is actually a coach.
Now, which one was that?
The Kamari Rogers, the Jackson State I'm trying to see which. I want to say it's for Holmes County School. Holmes County School District. He's the AD and head football coach. Yeah.
Okay.
Marcus.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
So I for me it's kind of like I feel some type of it's kind of like how are you guys going to be able to catch up? Mr. Ford, did you hear that Alabama State's defensive coordinator is leaving?
Yeah, he's going to be at UAB.
And guess what? Alabama State has to play them week 1.
Whoa.
That's trifling, ain't it?
Oh, and by the way, Alabama State just got a quarterback from Georgia State. He didn't start or nothing, but he's from Memphis. He's going to Alabama State. He can throw the football. Yeah.
Said that he didn't start or nothing. Listen,
no, he didn't start.
As many quarterbacks is out there.
How you gonna fix it? You done messed me up to death visit. I done called the police because I'm doing a refund. A refund is due unto me. Don't feel like I just been abused down here today. God is pleased with this.
Mr. Ford, it is hard to have to find a new quarterback every single year. Every single year you have to hit lucky on a quarterback.
Well, listen, with Gibbs going to North Carolina A&T, he's probably going to take that offense coordinator from Alabama State because they were all together under Rod Broadway. So he's probably going to go back to A&T.
Dang, Alabama State going to have to start over at the offensive line or the
because I'm quite sure that guy's going to go with Gibbs. He's going to go with Sean Gibbs. I don't know if well, like you say, allegedly, but I'm thinking allegedly he goes back to A&T. Man, I can't remember his name again. He was the offensive coordinator this year at Alabama State.
Well, I'm not going to say too much other than I wasn't necessarily impressed with Alabama State's offensive play calling.
I've never listened because I don't think he lets him do anything. I think that he interferes.
In the words of Mr. Ford, he won't be missed.
No.
Yes, but dang, and I imagine that UAB said, "Let's go ahead and take a look at our schedule for this next season." Trent Dilfer, and then they said, "Oh, we got Alabama State first," and they saw all those defensive statistics in the FCS. And he said, "Let me go ahead and pluck him right on away."
But now remember, listen, I told you last week they have this thing called the Coaches Scoop or Football Scoop. He was nominated for the Football Scoop or Coaches Scoop Defensive Coordinator of the Year. His name is Ryan Lewis, I think. Isn't it Ryan Lewis? What's his name?
Yeah, that's tough, ain't it?
Yeah, but when you get nominated by, I think it's called Coaching Scoop or something like that. Coaching Scoop
Football
magazine.
Scoop,
Football Scoop. Yeah, that means people are looking at you.
Yeah,
Ryan Lewis. That's right. That's his name, Ryan Lewis. He's a graduate of Bethune-Cookman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, please! They're over here talking about does Andrew Body go to North Carolina A&T?
Oh, y'all don't think he's gonna come back to Alabama State?
Why would he go with the offensive coordinator? I don't know. I'm not going to speak on that, but I do know you need to be in the portal in the next couple of days, don't it? In and out. You have to be in the portal the next couple of days in order to be,
Doesn't it close the 28th?
Yeah, it's closing. In a week, it'll close. You got to make up your mind. See, and that's the thing with these late coaching hires. Like this is messing up because the NCAA has lessened the transfer portal, the time period that you have to get in there, and everybody's gonna grab all the good recruits. All the good recruits are already gone. They go in the portal, they get offers, they do their visits, or they sign
I
right
don't know.
away.
Hey, Mr. Mona, I don't know about all of them gone now because I heard it's 3,000 people in the portal. Now somebody Marvin said it's 6,600 kids in the portal. No,
I said all the good ones.
I don't know. If it's 6,000 people in there, there's some good ones still left.
You got to put your coaching staff together. The current coaching staff.
What have you heard of? Aren't you friends with them people at Alabama A&M? You ain't heard nothing? Allegedly? Aren't you friends with them?
I go on the show with him, but he don't have dropped no tea about his school to me.
Oh.
I was riding with Maynard.
Yeah, but listen, I'm riding with what's his name? Sam Shade. I'm ready for Sam Shade to get that job.
Please don't say Sham Shade. You're gonna make Jay White have a conniption fit in the chat.
Yeah, Sam Shade. I want Sam Shade, and I want him to bring that whole staff to Alabama A&M. Bring that staff with him.
Come here, Braxton.
Okay, hey, when you say Splash High, what we talking about? Who is it? Is it somebody? Who is that? Who is Splash High? Allegedly, who is it? Harold Jones. Hey, you can listen.
Lord,
hey, that's DJ 85. You got jokes, huh?
James Bell. Come on. They said James Bell, Mr. Ford.
Yeah, they got jokes. They got a lot of jokes.
Ooh, they said possibly Coach McNair. Is that a splash higher or is that a retread, Mr. Ford?
I like McNair. I like him.
Huh? What you think?
I like McNair. I like Fred. I like Fred.
I didn't say I didn't like him. I said
I like Fred. I like Fred.
They are saying shade. Mr. Ford, if it's shade, then dang, you are on a roll. You said that North Carolina A&T and Hampton need to take their ass back to the MEAC. You said Tremaine Jackson last week.
Here's somebody. You see this right here? What JSU Tiger 85 is saying? I know. That Bill Clark guy is one of the best, man. He's a poor man's Nick Saban. Bill Clark is really good. See, when I first started watching Bill Clark, he was in Prattville High School, I think it was. That guy's good, man.
Everybody wants a celebrity coach. Everybody wants to be like me. So allegedly they want a celebrity coach, which means that they was probably trying to be. That's probably the school that was trying to allegedly hire Teddy Bridgewater.
Okay, now when you say, when you say a celebrity hire, are you talking about Ed Reed? Are we still talking Ed Reed?
No, Teddy Bridgewater.
Oh yeah, I know Teddy Bridgewater now. Oh yeah, he just won a state championship down in Miami.
Mr. Ford.
Huh?
Right. So he said that some HBCUs have been calling him.
I think it would. Yeah, he would come with new ideas. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. I could see Teddy Bridgewater. Yeah. I could see that.
Some folks said it was great being at the Celebration Bowl without all that drama that a celeb coach can bring. I really don't think it's necessarily a celeb coach, as I do think that it was the actual coach that caused the drama.
Yeah, that's what he is. He's drama.
Barry was talking about a mess about being a mailman and stuff. What did you think about all that? All that talking he
Listen,
was doing.
it don't matter. Listen, y'all put belt to ass.
He was a mailman.
It don't matter. They put belt to ass. I mean, it was a dominant showing by Jackson State, and they proved and showed that they're getting ready to dominate for a long time. If these presidents don't get their shit together in the SWAC or in the MEAC. Because, baby, if y'all don't bring in some big-time coaches, TC going to punish them people. He going to punish the rest of the SWAC. They got to get this stuff together. Listen, now, to me, I think Prairie View got it right. I'm waiting on Alabama A&M to get it right. I need them to get it right.
Tell them to get it. Tell them what year it is, baby.
It's the year of the Tigers.
Up the Tigers. That's right.
Homegrown cast iron skillet butt whooping, Mr. Ford.
Yes, it was dominant.
Okay, so here's a question for you, Mr. Ford. So after TC won the Celebration Bowl in the way that he won it,
right?
We didn't have the Valdosta State coach Tremaine Jackson hired.
Right.
Southern ended with an 8-4 season. Which coaches are already in the proverbial hot seat for next year in the MEAC and SWAC?
Well, your good friend, he on the hot seat. Swoops and them said that at the, they ain't feeling cozy. They ain't feeling cozy at all. But yeah, they ain't feeling. No, I talked to him last week. They ain't feeling cozy, so he definitely on it. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see.
Especially after you had Chennis Berry run the MEAC.
Yeah.
First year, he ran through it like a bad stomach ache. Then you got
the guy Bethune-Cookman will probably be on the hot seat if he doesn't listen. He got to win at least 6-7 games next year. That guy, what's the coach's name down there? Woody. What's Woody's name?
Coach Raymond Woody.
Raymond Woody's definitely on the hot seat. I think if Eddie Robson don't get it together, he gonna be on the hot seat. Let's see.
I think they ended 7-5.
Who did 7-5?
Didn't Alabama State end 7-5?
Yeah, but they were also picked to win weren't they picked to win the East?
I don't know why they would have done that.
I don't know, but they did it. You were there. Didn't y'all do that at the SWAC, the football media day? Y'all picked them and Alcorn, didn't you?
Who is they? I didn't do that.
Aren't you a part of the media? Aren't you aren't you a media person?
It's the ADs. It's the ADs and somebody else that do the voting. It's not.
Oh, okay. I thought the media.
The podcasters, the folks that just got their foot in the door, like you go over here and sit at this little table and mind yours. Like, there's levels, right? So the podcasters, the people that got the YouTube, y'all just need to be grateful that y'all are here. You know what I'm saying? Because you teeter the line with media. So we don't get to vote.
Oh, okay. I thought y'all
we
voted.
don't get to vote. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, I didn't vote.
Okay, so it's the SIDs and the coaches or the ADs?
Yes.
Who does the voting?
Yeah, I think it's the SIDs and somebody else. It's definitely not the media.
Oh, okay. All right.
I mean, I was shocked that FAMU lost to Valley.
I was too.
I was flabbergasted. It just, I thought I was dreaming. That's how bad it was that they lost.
Yeah, it was bad.
Valley. They'd already lost to Prairie View.
Okay.
Just,
okay, Noop, I see you said only SIDs and coaches. Okay, all right. Because they picked Alcorn to win the West, and they picked Alabama State to win the East, because I was watching it on television.
And why would they pick Alcorn? And Alcorn just got their coach. Like, where was that going? Like, come on.
I didn't understand that either. I didn't. And where is G? I thought you was gonna have G and beat him up on him one night. Didn't you say he's gonna? What's G? You've had G on here. Have I missed it?
I can't play the video because then Dre will get off of here. Dre doesn't like that video. That's the only G that I'm gonna get from him. The last time G was on here was when we were talking about Fred McNair. It was actually right around this time. You remember that when Texas Southern was holding out and stuff? Yeah. You know, G's been grinding because they're doing a lot of recruiting, and they're just like everybody else. They're trying to figure out Jackson State's recipe. They want to know, what is Jackson State doing? Because Jackson State is even in their
You got a solid staff. You got a solid staff, okay, and then you're recruiting. Ain't nothing. It ain't no rocket science about what TC and them doing. To me, that's it. It's the same game plan that WC Gordon them had. It's the same thing. He just went back to the old Jackson State way.
Are they going to give passes for losing to TC?
No, I think he's going to embarrass some people. I'm telling you, if these presidents in this SWAC and the MEAC don't get their stuff together, especially in the SWAC, he's going to punish these people.
No, but what I'm saying is, like, you know, when Prime came in here, everybody got a pass, basically. You get a free pass while Prime is here because it's Coach Prime. But the dominance that Coach TC is about to unleash, I was wondering, are people going to give them a pass, you know?
No, it's too much money on the line. You know, there's a part in the SWAC, you know, when you do that SWAC championship and then you do the Celebration Bowl, you can make $2 to $3 million. Listen, they gonna get rid of some more coaches if they don't start getting involved and making that money and hosting that SWAC.
2.5 million.
That's what I'm saying. Listen, these coaches better get it together.
It's a parade in my city, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and put that up. We got a parade. Okay, so I understood why they did it, like, you know, at 6 p.m., but it's getting kind of dark.
Wait a minute, they doing it at 6 p.m.?
Yeah, we want to make sure everybody's able to attend Friday at 6, and they're gonna have a block party too. It's a parade in my city, yeah.
That sounds like it should have been on a Saturday. Is it on a Saturday?
No, it's right. I want to say it's right before MLK. Let me look.
Oh, okay. And by the way, you heard about junior college. Your junior college years don't count against you no more. You heard that? I know. That's all everybody's talking about.
So now here's the thing. It's not. It does not include everybody. At this time, it only includes. I want to say at this time it doesn't include. It's an injunction for Diego Pavia, right?
Yeah, that's right.
I want to say that it does not. I'm gonna have to look at the ruling, but they were saying that NAIA released a. Let me look at that. NAIA released a statement, and they said that it would only. So it wouldn't be at this point in time. It's not eligible for, I guess, folks that went from, let's say they went to JUCO and then they went down to NAIA. They were trying to say that it's not going to apply to everybody, right? Let me read it so that I'm going to read it so that we can be all on one accord.
Okay, yeah, read that.
New court ruling on JUCO players. Let me get this out. They said it's going to have a massive blow for NCAA, but I don't understand how.
I was thinking it was going to help black schools because that make we going to be able to get some more of them top high school kids now because the big boys is going to go to junior colleges first.
But I really don't think that that's, you would still get high school. I guess you're saying because they're not, JUCO is not for everybody though. That's the only thing. Like that's not like, oh, we got to see if you're JUCO, which people go after JUCO anyway.
I'm like I said, I think it's gonna help the HBCUs in their recruiting because we
Braxton,
gonna.
you can ready to make my light fall. I don't know what you're over there doing, but you can ready to make it fall. Let me see. It says the new ruling opens the door for student athletes to play 2 years at JUCO and still be able for a full 4 years at a 4-year institution. Essentially, with all of the exceptions the NCAA has already granted, it could lead to players in college football being 24 or 25 years old.
Yeah.
18, 19, 21, 22, 23. How could it lead that? Those are only people who get like a medical waiver or something.
Well, you know, you do 2 years at a junior college, then you can come to a 4-year school and you can still play all 4 years.
Well, I mean, it's not set in stone because technically they could just say, hey, appeal this decision.
Okay.
They're saying that it could hurt
I thought it would help us.
4 years. It could hurt HBCUs because players will go to JUCO thinking they'll get paid without losing eligibility.
If they go JUCO, then we can get the high school kid. I don't know. I think it's gonna help us. Because like I've said before, I continue to say this. In the last 4 to 5 years, we've been in like a golden era for Black colleges. There's so much interest. I've talked to Black kids here in Atlanta who, like I told you, in the 80s, they wouldn't even consider a Black school. Now all of them talk about wanting to go to a Black school, to a HBCU, to go to I want to go to Jackson. I want to go to Southern. I want to go to Howard. I want to go to FAMU. I want to go to Alabama A&M. I hear it all the time. And I ain't talking about no middle of the road students. I'm talking about kids that's got serious credentials to go to places like Vanderbilt and Duke and all them kind of places, but they saying they want to go to a Black school.
Well,
I think we're in a golden era.
Just know that it's big V. It's the big three, but it's big V.
Now what's the big three?
There's the big three, which is Grambling, Southern, and Jackson State. But at this point in time, in the era of 2024, it's big V up here. We up here. We up here. We are.
Well, now I don't know why you want to leave out Prairie View and Texas Southern now. And why would you leave? Did you say FAMU?
Now, what say them? I said big. Texas Southern hasn't won. You're the one that said Texas Southern proverbial lose.
Oh, I thought you meant. I'm sorry. I was thinking you were talking about the school itself, Mr. Moore. I thought you were talking about when you were saying the big three.
No, we're talking about in the era of football, because you said that kids want to come play for HBCUs. I said, okay, so it's the big three.
Okay, and you said it's
Grambling, Jackson State, but it's
and you're gonna leave out. Wait a minute, and you're gonna leave out FAMU?
Southern. Who?
And you're gonna leave out FAMU?
When has FAMU ever been known as the big three? When has FAMU ever been known as the big three?
Wait, Mr. Mona, they just won the championship in 2023, and you're gonna leave them out?
Here's my answer to that.
What FAMU?
You know what I'm gonna do, right? You know
what
the answer is.
They made a big time, Willie.
How they gonna fix it? You just said that Cozy on the hot seat.
Yeah, they said.
Don't
I
nobody
told
want to
you.
be coaching
They
with
said
looking over
Cozy
their
on the hot
shoulder.
seat, man. Cozy's on the hot seat, bad.
Don't
I'm
nobody want to
telling
be
you.
coaching with and then I wonder, still got quarterback club weekly even when it's not football season. I wouldn't be able to take it. You mean I got here and y'all got to me? Well, why we don't got no tight ends? Who's gonna be quarterbacking? How many quarterbacks do you got on the roster?
You know what? Did you
How
hear
much
anything about did they sign any players? Did you hear anything? Did you hear anything about FAMU signing?
I
gotta look it up.
See that family sign somebody today.
They did sign some people.
Jackson State is so loud with their recruiting. I can't hear no. I can't hear no.
I didn't. But you know that guy. You know that guy I was just telling you about that has he does the earphones. He always claps his hands. He usually does.
Architect.
He usually does a recruiting thing for everybody. I just didn't see the one for FAM.
Well, okay, so for FAMU, they're losing Kendall Bowler. You know what? I did see all that were at FAMU were going for the draft. I think it was like 7 or 8 players. How would I know who was blocked? I don't know. I'm talking. That's y'all deal over there in the chat. I don't have no whatchamacallits over that. Mr. Ford. Jalen Goss, Kendall Bowler, Pruitt, I don't know. There's like at least 7 that are going out for the draft that will no longer be on FAMU's team.
Yeah, I was just trying. I hadn't heard anything about their recruiting. Really I was wondering.
It's really a rebuild for FAMU. It's a rebuild for FAMU. A rebuild.
Yeah, they got to go get some people. Yeah, they got to go get some people.
But I feel like now let's just keep it a buck. I know that they're but 7 and 5 in his first year. That's not bad.
Yeah, but that's not good for FAMU. No, Mr. Mona, that's not accept. Listen, FAMU, Mr. Mona, FAMU not even happy with 9 wins. I'm telling you, 7 and 5, that ain't gonna make it in Tallahassee.
Willie didn't even have 9 wins in his first year.
Yeah, but he did his second year, didn't he? What? Yeah. Didn't he did it the second year? Listen, 7 and 5 ain't gonna fly. That ain't gonna fly, and not in Tallahassee.
Thing it says SheLovesThee the best. Oh, that's so sweet, baby.
Hey, you saw what Noop said? Did you see what Noop said?
FAMU has recruited a great quarterback from Central Michigan. He's going
to Noop, what's his name? I want to look him up. What's his name?
First of all, if he's saying that, he's being facetious. He's not. He's being funny. He doesn't mean that.
Hey, somebody just said that guy does have a FAMU video. Did you see that? It just can't. Here it is right here.
Let me see.
He says,
it says Mr. Ford, Architect Key Nice does have a FAMU early signing class.
Yeah, I gotta watch it, dude. I gotta watch it.
Yeah, you gotta watch it because they gotta build up that defensive line and offensive line and linebackers and.
Oh, they got to do something about that staff
secondary
too.
And what else you think they need?
The coaches. It's hard having coaches. It's got to be some changes on that coaching staff. Because I thought they had a serious letdown with their special teams.
Willie.
What'd you say, Willie?
Did you see that Willie's adding or trying to get his staff back from what is that, Smitty?
Oh, I figured he would. So Smitty Rock, yeah, because Smitty Rock is a good guy. Smitty Rock is a good defense coordinator. I liked him. I saw. Didn't Res Press just get a job at Florida State? Remember the guy Res Press? Remember the guy that went out to Colorado with Coach Slime?
So he's leaving.
Yeah, they said he's got a job with Florida State.
Did you say Coach Slime?
Coach Slime, yeah.
He ain't even been in Colorado for 8 months, is it? He ain't even been there for a year.
Yeah, he should have listened to Miss Lori. Should have listened to Dr. Lori.
He went and got his insurance, got whatever surgery he needed, and he was out. And he was out. Back to Florida. It's cold up here.
That's right. Yeah, I heard he got another job at Florida State. He's going to Florida State.
Congratulations to him. Don't nobody want to see that twice.
In the words of
the great coach Trey Oliver, nobody wants to see that twice. Who would want to see that twice?
What are you talking about?
EA said to play the Marching 100s performance of the Battle of the Band of the Year. And I said, don't nobody want to see that twice. No.
Well, at least they didn't steal it and give it A&T.
Congratulations to the Rattlers on winning.
Yeah, to them Rattlers, baby.
The day before the big day, they competed. Yeah, did you go to that? The Band of the Year?
No, I went to the football game.
Did you go to it?
No, I went to the football game.
What time was you there at the football game? You didn't see me, Mr. Ford.
I was in. I told you, I sit in the end zone. The people that I sit around, they were South Carolina State people, huh?
I was on the field.
Yeah, I was in section 121. I was the section I was sitting in was South Carolina State. It was a bunch of South Carolina State people sitting around me.
Somebody asked, do you work at ESPN because you know
I
a lot
work for
about
Fulton
different
County
programs
Schools,
and you know the 411.
Listen, I work for Fulton County Schools.
It's like a mini HBCU at your school, though, right?
Yes,
because
it is, baby.
Everybody from every school
and listen, almost and all the women are AKAs.
Oh, really?
Yes. Our school is from principal on down. It's AKA. Now we got some deltas and we got some zetas.
As teachers?
Yeah. Oh, let me tell you the stat one of the AKs gave to me this week. The Divine Nine gave Vice President Harris $30 million. Yeah, that was the stat for me this week.
$30 million?
They told me that the Divine Nine gave Vice President Harris campaign $30 million. And you know what I was thinking? Can you imagine what that could have did for some colleges or for some children or $30 million? Yeah, that's what one of the sisters, one of the ladies told me this week. She said that she had somehow she got a hold of some number. They said that the Divine Nine gave her $30 million.
I ain't gonna say it's wasted money, but good Lord, $30 million.
I was thinking about this is what I said. You could have given $3 million to Bethune-Cookman, $3 million to Spelman, $3 million to Shaw University, $3 million to what's that other one up there? It's St. Aug. Well, I was thinking that they give it to the private schools because they need it.
Some of these schools you don't actually give them the money. You so for instance, if you pay for the project or you do whatever it is that they need, some of these folks, you don't actually give them the money.
I was thinking if they gave from $30 million, you could have picked out 10 Black private HBCUs and gave each one of them $3 million.
Right.
Isn't that right? Because she said $30 million. Well, you give each one $3 million. That's 10 schools you could have helped.
Do it right.
Huh?
Okay, but they can still do it. They can still do it. Sometimes people have to have a cause, something that they believe in, right?
Yeah, that's true.
You have to be motivated. People aren't just going to give to your HBCU. You have to have motivation behind that. You have to have, make people, I'm not going to say feel like, but there has to be a purpose behind why am I giving to you? We're not just going to give to you. When they gave to Vice President Kamala Harris, it was like, this is do or die, right? This is for the country. Anyway, Mr. Ford, do you have any other tea to drop? That was a lot of tea that you dropped tonight. Do you have anything else you want to say?
No, I'm just, like I said, I'm just hoping that A&T is going to go back to the MEAC, and I definitely would like to see Hampton come back. I'm so happy for the people.
You just said that Hampton's not studying y'all because they actually won games this year. You basically said Hampton's doesn't feel any pressure to go back to the MEAC.
No, I that's what I said. I just heard that it's they're in a conversation stage, whereas at A&T there's pressure.
Well, I would have had to get some assurances before I gave the $1 million. You're not getting ready to get me $1 I would have had to have some assurances before I give you $1 million. Like, hey, sign right here that y'all are out of the CAA and going back to the MEAC.
Well, right? I think it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen. I think that it happens sooner than later.
Otherwise, you done gave your $1 million and donated $1 million, and y'all still going to be in the CAA.
No, I
but
think
some
they
people in chat said it don't matter whether or not they was in the CAA, the NAIA, that North Carolina A&T was so bad that there was nothing that they could do. Nothing. How bad their team was. It didn't matter what conference they were in, they were going to lose. And they almost lost to Winston-Salem State.
It's going to take some time to rebuild the program. But I think if they go back to the MEAC, it won't take as long. Because I think that that guy, remember now, he worked on the Rod Broadway. He knows how to build that program back. He knows.
I just think people are so impatient because they see Coach T.C. Taylor and Coach Chennis Berry, get there so quick that they don't understand blocks behind that. Coach T.C. has been on Jackson State's staff since at least 2018. I don't think people realize that.
Yeah, he came on the John Hendricks, didn't he? Wasn't he on the John Hendricks?
Yep. But what I'm saying is, like, people think that like it was just a cakewalk or whatever, and he just came here and took over. He's been at Jackson State for a long time. And that's just here. I'm gonna show you real. Just because I thought it was interesting, I was trying to do some research on these kids that nobody focuses on. Jack State's kids. And I noticed that somebody on that coaching staff had a New Orleans plug because in 2018, CJ Holmes, you remember the defense?
Yeah, I remember CJ. Yeah, I remember him.
He's from 2018. But anyways, they had Glad to Mississippi. I wonder, was he? They were saying some of those teams. He was from Callaway. I will in just a second. Carl Ollie, 6'3" wide receiver. So they've been getting 6'3" wide. They've been getting tall wide receivers.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah. That's one of the things you'll see Tennis Berry do. Tennis Berry's wide receivers will be bigger next year. You can bet that.
They had Walnut Grove, Mississippi, Collins, Mississippi, Waynesboro, Mississippi, Starkville, Mississippi, Khalil Johnson's from Jackson, Mississippi. I wonder what team was he from though? It don't say. Like the other one, it said Callaway. This one doesn't necessarily say what team. I was trying to see if they had some Lanier folks up in there. Jordan Jefferson.
Y'all signed a running back from Lanier, right?
Macon, Mississippi. Yeah, we did. Byram, Mississippi. Decatur, Mississippi. Macon, Mississippi. Okay. Kadarian Barrett was the only, he was hailed as a 3-star, and then they decreased him to a 2-star. I seen that on 247 Sports because they were saying that we don't target them. Vicksburg, Mississippi. So yeah, they had all Hattiesburg, Belzoni, West Point. So what I'm basically saying is with TC being on the coaching staff since 2018, he's been here for a while. That's a long time.
Yeah, he played at Jackson. He knows the lay of the land.
Mm-hmm. South Carolina lost their number 1 wide receiver to the portal. Caden Highwind is gone, Mr. Ford.
Yes, I saw that. But that's what I was going to tell you. I was telling you. Yeah. And I was telling, can you hear me? Wait a minute, can you hear me?
Quarterback?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I was getting ready to tell you, one of the things I'm looking for Tennis Berry to do, he's going to come with bigger wide receivers because y'all DBs really just with that press coverage, McDaniels and them beat them wide receivers down and they were too physical on them. So I'm looking for Chinnis to go and get bigger. I can see him with them 6'4", 6'5" wide receivers next year. You can bet that. He's coming with a bigger wide receiver.
I mean, that's what Coach TC likes to play with. 6'2", 6'3", 6'5".
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Chinnis is going to do the same thing. Chinnis is going to have the most Shannon Sharp looking wide receivers. You wait next year. He going to have them. They'll be them. He'll probably, get another speed receiver to replace High, but he's going to have them big wide receivers at the X and the Z. The X and the Y. He'll have big wide receivers. You'll see. I know him. I know what he's going to do.
Like he said, he was sitting out there watching the.
Hey, did anybody sign that kid from UAB yet, that quarterback? Because he could help somebody.
I don't want that.
Did anybody sign the quarterback from UAB?
Quarterback throwing the 6'5" receiver.
Oh, yeah.
Why would they do that? Is he good or something?
Who is that?
Oh, Lord. Willie.
Willie who?
He need to ask a question. Willie from the other night. He got a question for you, Mr. Ford.
Okay, what is it? What's the question?
What's the question, Willie? Willie, what's the question? Because I'm getting ready to get up off of here. And what's the question, Willie? He's gonna type it. Give him a second, Mr. Ford.
Oh, okay.
I have not seen Katron Evans re-sign. Oh, somebody said that quarterback committed to Texas A&M.
Who
You hear me? The one that you just
what
asked
quarterback?
about, the UAB quarterback. He committed to Texas A&M.
What was his name?
Asked Mr. Ford to address recruitment past couple of years before. You're going to have to rewind it. He already answered that question. That's the first thing that the Zeno, Mr. Ford. Zeno signed with Texas A&M.
Oh, for real?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look him up.
You thought he was gonna go to HBCU?
No, the kid I want to know about is the kid. Remember the quarterback at Pine Bluff? Did anybody pick him up?
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Hagen's.
Yeah. Did anybody sign him?
I know who you're talking about. Somebody should have. He's a really good
Yeah, that's what I thought. I'd like to see him. He look like fam or Alabama State would go after that kid.
These folks going for Power 5 offers though when they hit the portal.
How many years of eligibility does he have left?
He's young. He got 2 or 3 years.
Oh, okay.
Mekhi Hagen.
Yeah, Mekhi Hagen. That's who I'm talking about. Yeah, I was trying to see who picked him up.
Blue has this on his tracker on FCS Football Central. He has like a FCS to FBS tracker, and then he also has an FBS to FCS tracker, so you could basically track the movement of, where teams are going.
Okay.
FAMU just got an FBS quarterback to commit today.
I see what Miss Whitley said. Howard, South Carolina State, and Southern offered Hagen. Okay. I see.
Southern offered Hagen. Southern lost their quarterback, right? You know that,
yeah,
right?
T-Set is in the
T-Set and Noah Bodden. I didn't even know.
Yeah,
Noah
I heard that
Bodden
too.
had
That
any-
Noah Bodden. Yeah. I listened to Carlos and them today. They were talking about.
So you literally went 8-4, and now you have to start over at the quarterback position. That's not good, right?
Wait a minute, I thought they got that kid from Georgia. He's still there. Is his name Wood? Jalen Woods or something?
Yeah, I thought they were gonna rock with T-Set though. I thought they were gonna develop him and rock him for some
he's
time.
Gone. T-Set is gone.
And it's hard to get a home run on quarterbacks year after year. Like, it's easier when you are able to have at least 2 state quarterbacks that are in the same offense so that you can have that continuity and grow over it. It's really hard. Jalen Woods is they said Jalen Woods is a better quarterback than T-Set. Merlin says T-Set and Bodden weren't the future, and Jalen Woods is their guy.
Oh, okay.
So I guess they're saying that they won't be missed, in other words.
Well, these Southern people, right? Are these Jaguars?
Well, I think Merlin's a Jaguar.
Well, let me say this to you, Jaguars. Let me reiterate this. You will never win the SWAC as long as Mark Fredericks is your offensive coordinator. Take it or leave it.
What is all that on your mouth? What is that? Talk.
Gingerbread.
Why is it purple? Huh? Let me get up off of here and get this little boy together because he's doing too much. I don't know what that
Hey,
stuff is on
Brax,
his mouth.
it's the year of the tiger, Brax.
It's the year of the tiger.
Year of the tiger.
Yeah. So now, Mr. Ford, when we revisit for next year and when we do SWAC Media Day and we do preseason this, that, and the third, I can't wait to hear you say it's the year of Tiger and ain't nobody beating Jackson State. Just like you did for FAMU, right?
Oh yeah. You listen, the way the SWAC looking right now, I'm gonna definitely have to say it. And listen, not only nobody in the SWAC gonna beat them, I don't think nobody in the MEAC gonna beat them either. So we got, hey.
You told us that we gotta. You told us that we gotta watch out for Chennis Berry. That's what you said. We gotta get ready. We gotta get ready for him.
Yeah, I still like I just told you that one thing I know he's gonna do. He's gonna go get them Shannon Sharp looking wide receivers. I know that, and I'm looking for him to get bigger. Just like, I don't know. Did you watch the game today? It was Penn State.
Ohio.
No, it was Penn State and SMU. SMU was South Carolina State, and Penn State was Jackson State. SMU got to get bigger and they got to get faster if they're gonna try to play them SEC and them Big Ten teams like Penn State. See, Penn State.
They said they're never gonna let smaller schools into the college football playoffs because it basically proves their point that they can't compete.
Yeah, they were too small today. SMU had the same problem that South Carolina State had last week. They were too small. Okay. See, the only thing wrong with Penn State is they don't have a championship coach. Okay. They got everything, but they don't have a championship coach. That's their problem.
Mr. Ford,
hey, Jeremiah Clark, you're right. That was one of my favorite players. Yeah, Ricky Henderson passed away today. Yeah, he's one of my favorites. To me, he could just take over a game. Yeah, Ricky Henderson was like the greatest. He was the greatest leadoff hitter in the history of baseball.
He was the what?
He was the greatest leadoff hitter in the history of baseball. This guy could take over a baseball game as the leadoff hitter. He hit number one.
He was an all-time leader in stolen bases.
Yeah, he broke Lou Brock's record. Yeah.
He broke whose record?
Lou Brock. Lou Brock was a Southern University graduate. He played for the St. Louis Cardinals. Lou was originally from Arkansas, but he came to Southern University.
Oh, Lord. Okay. I'm going to run to Target. Y'all go ahead and hash that out. What's up, Uncle Willie?
Good evening.
You behaving today, Uncle?
Yeah, I'm still here. Yeah, I'm still here.
Mr. Ford, I'm glad that you straightened that out at the beginning of the show. I had to go back and listen to you at the beginning of the show. The other night, I had made a statement. I was congratulating TC like I'm doing tonight, because until TC came, Mr. Ford, other than W.C. Gordon, I hadn't seen anyone recruit the city and recruit. Not just Jackson State. I think the whole HBCU recruiting had fell off with actually really recruiting the city or recruiting the small towns, recruiting their backyard. And I seen an influx of a lot of legacy players, legacy recruits. And that's the point I was trying to bring out. But now the other gentleman that came on,
we can't hear you anymore, Willie. What happened? See,
Willie.
I was do it.
Willie, he gone. Willie.
What happened?
You can't hear me?
Okay, now we can hear you.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, that's basically what I was trying to get clarified. You know, I don't have an interior motive of trying to impress anyone. You know, and doing a lot of loud talking and saying a lot of nothing is just not accomplishing anything. But you really clarified what I.
I was trying to let you talk, Willie, going in and out. I was trying to let Willie talk, but he keep going in. Mr. Ford, what y'all over here? We might as well get off because Willie ain't saying nothing. He keeps going in and out. So God
Okay, when you coming back again? Are you coming back Tuesday or Thursday?
For Willie.
You want sing a song? Mr. Ford, did you hear Braxton singing?
Yeah, he did Silent Night. I loved it.
He didn't did you do Silent Night?
No.
Do you even know that song? He did Oh Holy Night.
That's right, he did a Holy Night. He sure did.
So, okay, go ahead and sing them a Christmas song for the night out, and we finna get off of here.
What song do you want me to do for y'all?
You have to do one that you know. That you at school. Huh? Yeah, you can do that one. You need the lyrics for that? All I Want for Christmas? You don't need the lyrics for that. You gonna sing the Mariah Carey version? I think he's gonna sing the Mariah Carey version for y'all. Okay, go ahead.
I don't want a lot for Christmas. What?
You can't be doing all that coughing and stuff. Okay. Let me put it up there.
I don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need.
And
care about the underneath the Christmas tree.
I just want you for more than you could ever know. Make my wish come true.
All I want for Christmas is you.
There you go. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened with Uncle Willie, but basically he gonna have to come back another day because his phone dropped.
Well, now when are you coming back? When you coming back?
Do you think another coach will get named in the next hours?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's gonna. You said yes. Well, then I'll have to come
I
on.
think we should hear about the Alabama A&M
Monday or
job.
Sunday. I'm.
Huh?
Dre said that they're not playing football this season. They're gonna take a day off, a year off.
Oh, please.
They don't plan on.
Yeah. They get back all that money they make from that Magic City Classic too.
The $1 million that they.
Yeah, they got to give that back then.
They better hire Sam Shade.
There you go.
Hire Sam Shade, y'all. Go ahead and make that announcement.
That's right.
Get these D2 coaches up in here, get some new blood.
Yes.
The SWAC and the MEAC might as well take off because Jackson State bringing them home again in 2025. Amen. Our trophy's been all over the city of Jackson.
I saw it. I saw something. Coach O would look like he was in a nightclub with the trophy.
I mean, the club, it's got its own booth and everything with the velvet ropes, and it says "Do not touch me." Will Maynard get another head coaching position? Y'all know I'm ready to go to Target.
Yes. Yeah, you get one. He should get that Mississippi Valley job. Valley should hire him.
Ooh, that is going from bad to worse. Somebody on the internet keeps saying that he wasn't getting the NIL like he needed and this, that, and the third. Get down. What's up, Doc?
Man, nothing. I'm late to the party. I didn't know you were doing the show. I've been watching college football, and I just finished watching high school football. State championships here. So,
who won that Ohio State game?
Man, it was belt the ass to my Tennessee Volunteers.
So Ohio State beat them up?
Beat them up, and send them back to Knoxville.
Hey. Well, what about that belt the ass SMU took today?
Woo. Hey, they got there. They at least they got there. They got
there, but boy, they took it, man.
They got there.
I tell you, Penn State got everything but a championship coach. They don't have the head man is not a champion.
I'm trying to look for you something. Stop pushing me! Why are you pushing me?
What the? Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! I've been watching. I've been looking at Twitter and watching the news feed. So, shout out to Tremaine Jackson getting that job at Prairie.
Oh yeah,
we called it. We called it.
I hope he does. I hope he does well, man. I want to see him do well. I hope he brings that staff with him.
We called it. I'm still waiting on for we still waiting on for A&M. They talking about they got a search committee. I'm like, well, they ain't searching far enough.
Right.
But we're gonna see what happens with Prairie View. He should be able to recruit Houston and the rest of the state. So
yeah, I think they did right, man. I think it's getting ready to be some good times in Prairie View, man. It's getting ready to be some good times.
Mm-hmm. So with this hire, would y'all put Prairie View back on top in the West, or would you keep it with Southern?
Well, Southern, is defending champs, so you got to get them a little play. They the defending champ.
Defending champs of what?
The West. The SWAC West, the champs of the SWAC West is Southern.
They're not a champion. Come on.
Didn't they go 8-4? What was that record? What were they?
They clinched the SWAC West division, but they ain't no champion now, Mr. Ford. You get disrespectful.
Yeah, but well, they still the defending champs. Then you gotta respect that they defending champs, and then we'll see what I want to see, the kind of recruiting he's going to do and how many players are going to stay in place.
We still talking about Prairie View?
Yeah. I mean, I want to see his recruiting class.
Yeah, to me,
he's gonna do like that Marshall. He's gonna do like that Marshall head coach and take everybody with him.
Yeah, that's gonna help him too. He's a Hampton graduate. That guy's name is Huff, I think. He's a Hampton graduate.
Yeah.
Now, is Jackson State playing them next year?
Yep.
So is that the first game? The second? Where is it at on the schedule?
That's one of those money games that we're gonna beat when we Well, you know what? I'll say this. USM was definitely a W, I would say. If we would play them as they are right now, that's probably why they got them up out of there.
Oh, yeah. Well, listen, y'all have a good night. I'm getting ready for tomorrow. I gotta watch Michael Penix makes his first start for the Falcons
Is it
tomorrow.
true they gonna cut Kirk Cousins to
That's what the media is saying.
and they spent all that money? Cause that's 180 million guaranteed right there.
Mr. Ford, did you hear about the alleged with Hampton versus Jackson State? I guess not. Hey, brother Bakari.
Hey, what's good? What's going on?
What's up,
Everybody want to
Bakari?
come on here late night, like if she loves the after dark or something.
Yeah,
Might
that's what
well
it
make it
is.
like that then
It's
too.
SheLovesThee SWAC after dark. That's what it
Yeah,
is. Jay and
yeah.
she after dark. Well, I was out on a date, so now I had time to come and speak. I like, oh, she's still on, so I can't speak.
Okay.
I didn't even know you was on. Shoot.
Come on, man. I'm gonna get my SWAC Saturday out through the weird. I'm gonna
You
end it
know
out,
what? I
right?
thought you were gonna have your last show. Shoot, I didn't know you was on like that. I've been watching football all day, y'all.
Hey, you know, what were your topics today? I know y'all talked about the coach from Valdosta State. He going to Prairie View, right?
Yeah, we talked about that. We talked about how Jackson State is gonna be putting belt to ass in 2025. We talked about a little bit about Mike Vick, you know, what he brings to
Yeah.
the table. Oh, and then the people allegedly going back to the MEAC.
Yeah, you know what? They need to go back. I got a friend who graduated from A&T. What? He won't even say he an A&T fan until they go back to the MEAC. They shouldn't have left. So he became a fan of Jackson State and North Carolina Central. He can't say he an A&T fan until they go back. They shouldn't have left.
Wow.
He hate the fact they left. But I don't know. I don't know what Michael Vick brings to the table. I don't know. I hope Mike Vick do a good job. I heard a coach talking today. It made sense. Of course, this is really how I think anyway. But I heard him talking today, and he was like, he said the problem he have with the HBCUs now going out trying to hire celebrities after Dion. He said none of those coaches wouldn't even think about playing for you, but the schools they play for won't give them an opportunity to do nothing. So in order for them so they can coach, they want to come. Now he was hoping Mike Vick don't. Now they want to come back and use black people as a stepping stone. He said he hoped everybody learned from Jackson State. He couldn't get nothing but I didn't know Michael Vick was in, but he was like he could.
Mike Vick said that that Sacramento State had a lot of good things going on and they had a lot of money. Ultimately, he said it's not about the money. I'm glad to hear that. You know,
That was the best thing I heard right there.
No,
right?
that's
And
good
then,
too. But I do understand. But I do understand what that coach is saying. I do
and that's why
understand
you
what
have
he's saying.
to, as an AD and as an athletic department or athletic program, you have to know that some of these celebrities are not here for a long time. They're here for a good time. They want to win. They're going to bring eyes and resources, but that's why you have to make sure that you have your successor to the program already on the staff. That way, the transition is good, right? Yeah. So.
Yeah, the
And so,
transition could be good, but I'm just being but literally, I know and everything you said sounds good, and I'm agreeing with what you're saying, but I do have to understand. Like I forget what he say. He coached that, and he went to HBCU. We do have to understand those feelings for people that been in this forever. Like these people that think they're too good. I'm not saying that's Michael Vick thought. That's not what I'm saying. And he wasn't just talking about Michael Vick. And he was just hoping HBCUs be careful. That's all I'm saying.
So basically, there's a lot of coaches that feel because they have more experience and they haven't been elevated yet. And you have coaches that come in with no experience.
Because he said he got 9 championships. I forget what he coached at.
Who was it? Where?
I forget the coach's name. I would have to look at it. I forget his name. Oh, but he wasn't hating. He said he hoped Michael Vick come in and do the right thing. Is actually what he was saying. He said he's pulling for Mike Vick, but he said for him, he just remember how Deion did Jackson State when he left, and he said that's what worried him.
I think I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I think Michael Vick is gonna stay at Norfolk for a while because it's just the fact of him being at home, and coming back home and get to be able to coach the kids from area right there, to get the kids to come in from that area. And like I said, a lot of people still upset about, some people are still upset about what he done, close to 20 years ago. Like, I have to say this: leave it alone. Let him live his life. Like, y'all keep coming after him for what? But you won't go after the incoming president that got 34 felonies on his record. Yeah.
Yeah.
So keep that same energy for this fool right here that's coming into our space. Next year in January. That's going to mess up your whole world. But you're worried about this one man that what he did. Yes, it was bad. It was atrocious. But at the same time, he served his time. He did what he did. He's rehabilitated. He's going out there. He's going out there helping kids. He's going out there advocating for, against animal cruelty right there. What else do you want from this man? What else do you want this man to do? Because see, here's the thing. You won't do that shit with no white person that's doing the same thing that did the same thing that he did. So where's the same outrage for a white person that does the same thing that he did?
You know something, Doc? And I'm gonna say this right, because I'm pulling for Mike Vick. I want him to win the MEAC next year, so Jackson State can whoop him in a Celebration Bowl. I'm pulling for Vick, but I'm because I know it'll be epic. I can see 60,000 in there. But I'm gonna tell you something, right? They complaining about Mike Vick with a dog, but they ain't said nothing about the president and the vice president inviting somebody to the in a skybox Army Navy game who choked a black man to death. They called him a hero. Yeah. So I'm gonna be honest, what Mike Vick did, I don't know. I don't even nothing. I ain't gonna get into that because how I feel about certain things with them, because it didn't bother me what he did, in all honesty.
I mean, like they were saying, where did he serve? They say he didn't serve his time for the animal cruelty, but they got him for that. They damn near had a RICO case on that man right there. That's what they got him for. They got him for the financial. For what I mean, animal cruelty ain't gonna give you that it's not even gonna give you that much time in prison. He served fair time because he was doing all that stuff between interstate lines. It was almost a RICO case that pretty much brought that man to where to his knees. And
I'm sorry, I thought you had stopped.
And my thing about this is that if you want him to serve time for him, whatever he did with the dogs, go do that with everybody else, black and white. White people treat their dogs worse. Some white people treat their dogs worse than a cockroach on the damn street. And there's some people that treat their dogs like they're their kids, because for what? Being selective. Come on, man. Y'all gotta stop being selective. And
I know people personally when I lived in Texas. When I say personally, absolutely personally, that got caught. Actually, in the act of because they don't use the word fighting, and so I ain't gonna of putting of matching of a match. Literally got 3 months probation, and I know this for a fact. I used to live in when I was in Texas, and the animal shelter took his dog and and did the exact same thing with it. I'm like, he literally got 3 months probation, and he was caught in the act. I know him. I used to know him anyway, personally. 3 months.
I'm with
And
the
they
SWAC.
Huh?
I'm with the SWAC. Let's go Tigers.
Hey, who's that?
It's the Urban and Bold. I've been up here before once or twice.
Oh, we talk about Michael Vick.
Hey, look, but I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna stay on my date. I saw you was on, and I wanted to speak. And my lady looking at me crazy, like, get out. I'm just clowning. She ain't looking at me crazy, but I'm gonna go ahead and get off. I just wanted to come over here and speak because
Oh my goodness.
I love this channel.
Well, I want to say this.
Stop.
Nobody is messing with JSU. I don't care if they go and hire Barack Obama. JSU will always run the SWAC in the MEAC. We are the new powerhouse that's coming up. So I wanted to say thank you for letting me come up tomorrow.
You're welcome.
Did I say your name right? How do you say your name?
SheLovesThee.
Okay, thank you for letting me come up. She loves thee. It's JSU by 40 all 2025.
Doc,
What's happening?
what you got going, young man? What do you got going? What is going on?
Why you saying like it was like, well, you are somebody, mama? What you got going, young man?
What you was supposed to be controlling the conversation. I'm over here at Target.
I thought, look, I didn't know. I didn't know. Oh my goodness. But no, I just feel
all I want to hear Jerome say is JSU is FAMU steady. Yesterday, today, and forevermore.
Amen.
Oh
my goodness.
Somebody else came up here. Huh?
Oh my goodness. Now I don't have anything going on until probably New Year's Eve, and I'm probably gonna do a show New Year's Eve to ring in the New Year.
Eve. Bringing in the New Year's on YouTube is crazy. When is New Year's?
New Year's Eve is in
next what? What day? Like Friday?
The Saturday? On the Tuesday.
Oh, okay. I the only thing that I can commit to myself is if Alabama A&M hires a coach within the next 48 hours. Who else?
Still got Valleys. They're looking for a coach. You got
Valley. They might as well. They might as well make their interim coach the head coach. Who else? Ain't Delaware State looking for a coach too?
Yeah, Delaware State looking for a coach.
Elizabeth City
got
announced theirs.
Yeah, he came. Adrian Jones came from Shaw, so
I'm so glad I go to JSU. I'm so glad I go to JSU. I'm so glad I go to JSU. Singing glory, hallelujah.
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna give a shout out. I don't know if my niece is gonna hear this, but I'm gonna give a shout out to my niece. Her name is Kristen. We call her Mookie in our family. She is a senior at South Oak Cliff High School. She's been with student trainer with the athletic department for 4 years since she was a freshman, and Since she was a freshman, every for the last 4 years, she has been to the state championship game with the team. They won.
Congratulations.
Yeah, they won two of them things in 21 and 22, and they lost the last two. Yesterday, they lost last night by in a epic fashion, epic game by a field goal. But um, she could say that her and the team, they have went to the state championship game every year since their freshman year. And so I just want to give big shout out to my niece, and she is still considering the I love to go to school.
Congratulations. Jerome, the I love.
Hey, D, I love black people. How y'all doing?
What up, black man? Hold on. We're not gonna do this. It is what's up, national
HBCU
champion.
national champion. There we go. I need to change my name on here. There we go. I got a so first of all, I just got back from the movies. I saw Mufasa, and I didn't know y'all was up this late. I got a question though. You know, now that we're about a week, this is a 1 week anniversary, national champions. How did y'all get all them shakers and pom poms and JSU flags in the dome? Because they made me rip mine off the stick. And I was kind of mad. And when I got inside the stadium, I saw like 30,000 Jack State fans with them sticks and flags. What's the secret? I need to know for next year. Is there a certain gate we got to go through?
Quay gave me some type of it was like some type of red holder that held the sticks so that the sticks were enclosed.
Gotcha.
I don't know how.
Okay.
It was like some type of red holder, and it just says JSU rocks the house, and you put
yes,
you put it inside there.
Yeah, Mr. Benny, he makes those right there. It's a pom pom holder, so it holds 3 pom poms in one.
Oh, that's what's up. Okay.
Yeah.
So how did y'all get whole flag? I'm talking about whole flag poles with the flag. How did y'all sneak them into the dome?
Sneak them in? I don't think they snuck them. Maybe it was the gate you were going through. I did see a flag in there. I was like, how they get that in there? They was waving it too.
Man, like when you watch the rebroadcast, it's bananas how many people had them JSU flags just waving it in the dome. It was a beautiful sight, but I was mad I got caught. So I probably need to go through another gate next year.
They said there's
you be the only black man to get caught with going up to there with the flag.
Yes, fireman.
I'm telling on everybody.
Flags, poles, and everything. They said there's certain entries that let you in, similar to the vet. Somebody said they hid pom pom in their back pocket.
See, I should have did that. I think all the ladies were, hiding them in the purse. I don't know how the fellas. I guess they put them in their pocket. But that was up. Man, we look so good on TV, man.
Man, what?
Loud. I almost got kicked out the press box. The first drive for Jackson State with Travis Terrell taking it all the way back. I turned
around in there hollering.
and I looked at Kobe's face. He looked like he had seen a ghost.
Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all this. My uncle, right? My uncle who pretty much who primarily raised me when I was a teenager. He watched the game, right? He told me he watched the game.
Oh yeah, my aunt all the way in. Shout out to my aunt all the way in Missouri, Columbia, Missouri. She said we watched the game.
He watched the game, right? And he was like, he called by my real name. He's like, David Earl, who is that number 0 that just went by? That just went by my screen. I said, oh man, that's Travis Terrell. He's like, is he a senior or something? I said, no, man, he a freshman. He said, man, y'all better come up with some money to keep him because he that dude. He said he that dude right there.
Hey, his mama said they don't do transfer portal, so I don't see him go nowhere.
We're echoing.
What up, Brad?
Braxton, what's up?
I had to make that store run.
So, Timona, I missed most of the show. Is it true A&T and Hampton coming back? Are they coming back home?
Mr. Ford was dropping the tea. He said that. Let me get some more allegedly's in the chat because some folks skipping.
Did he get this from Cascade Road or he get this off of Old National?
I think he got this from whatever school he work at, and it's some big tea. Allegedly, they paid the $1 million for Vincent Brown to exit the stage left, right? Allegedly, the big time donors came up with $1 million to get rid of him, right? But they also preface allegedly that they want for they want to return at least football to the MEAC. But it's like I think it's like a $2 million exit fee. It's expensive for them to get out of there.
See, if I was a MEAC, I would definitely make them come back as a full-time member, not as a football only, because that's kind of a slap in the face. Like, you're trying to just use the conference for that celebration bowl.
They were like trying to say, okay, well, if you don't want to come back as a full member, then you don't get to keep all the money from the celebration bowl or something. Yeah. Something dealing with the celebration bowl cut.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Which that don't make sense though, because you guys have other members. Ain't Maryland Eastern Shore? They don't have a football program.
Yeah, they used to. Fair. They used to, but yeah, they don't.
But two of them don't have. What's the other one that doesn't have it?
Coppin State.
Coppin State.
Okay, so when the MEAC was winning the celebration bowls, they was getting cuts of the money.
Yeah, because if you're a full-time member, you get some money.
Oh, you're saying if you're a full-time member, but you don't have football.
They don't have to have football, but they are still considered a full-time member of the conference. It's kind of like it's kind of like so like in the CAA, right? It's kind of like Villanova, right? Villanova is in the CAA for football, but all their basketball is primarily Big East.
Okay, what do you think about that, Jerome? Do you think you said that you think they should have to become full-time members?
Absolutely. But, you can't sneak back in and try to use the conference because we all know football. Yeah, football we know football is it's the main revenue generating sport, and A&T knows. Excuse me, they're losing a lot of revenue from ticket sales to. I mean, they're doing pretty good when it comes to season tickets.
They said that nobody shows up to the games. That's what they said.
They don't.
Allegedly.
They don't. I've been there. Ain't no allegedly. I've been there. Ain't nobody in there but the Bears.
So why would they go back to the MEAC if they don't show up at games, even if they are in the MEAC?
I think they've lost even more fans. I mean, I'm gonna be real. Like when they were winning in the MEAC, like towards the end of like the last, like pre-COVID. I remember when they played Morgan State and Morgan knocked them off at home. There could have been more fans. To me, they have more fans when they were in the MEAC showing up to games than they do now. But I don't know. If I were the MEAC, I would not
want it to be a situation where they become a Tennessee State. Like that's not a good look. And they have more. They have more enrollment. You know what I'm saying? Like they have more enrollment than anybody, right? The number one public.
They're the largest HBCU. They're the largest HBCU by enrollment, right?
You would think they had the biggest fan base, but I don't know. I think the MEAC should sit back and do an analysis and say, okay, are we really hurting without A&T? Like, do we need them more than they need us? And I think honestly, they need the MEAC more than the MEAC needs them.
I think it creates parity though in the MEAC if you bring back A&T and Hampton though. Like if you can bring those two, back, it does create parity because it's only going to be somewhat like a 3-team race between Howard, South Carolina State, and North Carolina Central. So you need 2 more teams to come in to kind of set the stage, because we all know Morgan State ain't gonna get there until they get somewhat of a quarterback and an offense. Delaware State ain't gonna get there because Delaware State really they never had winning football in their whole program history. And then what's the other school?
That might be it. Morgan State.
Morgan, yeah.
Okay, but here's the thing. They said Mr. Ford said Hampton ain't in no rush. They actually won more games. They're not in a rush to go back to the MEAC.
I think Hampton is in a good situation though, because they do have a good football coach. And they were more. When you really think about it, they were more competitive this season in the CAA than A&T and some of the other bottom feeding schools that's in the conference too. Because just think, they went what? They went 6-6 this year, if I'm not mistaken.
That's not bad for Hampton, but that's what Mr. Ford said. Allegedly, Hampton's not in a rush to return back to the MEAC because they've been fairly competitive, and they're still scheduling HBCU games outside of their regular conference games. So the same way that the MEAC schedules out of conference games and then they play in conference, they play HBCUs. The HBCUs that are outside of HBCU conferences play their in-conference games, and then they end up scheduling HBCUs for those out-of-conference games. Oh, yeah. Gets sanctioned. They said that there was a lot of illegal.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah, like they got hit with a $30,000 fine per sport, and
per sport. It says Hampton settles issues with NCAA, how it will impact the program. This is by Chris Stevens. It says they came to an agreement with the. Why would you do that? You did not need to write your name on the Pikachu. Lord have mercy.
They don't know who it was.
Anyway, it says during the COVID pandemic, Hampton athletes competed. Give me that. Give it to me. I done got him this. First of all, it was for Christmas, so he's not even supposed to be in it. And then look at what he did to it. This is why kids are just, why would you do that? Why would you do that? He wrote his name.
Because what if it gets lost?
And then why would you do that in a permanent marker?
That's a big old Pikachu right there.
I do the same thing on my food. Put my name right on it.
Dude, hey, Jerome.
Filling food at work.
Not.
It just said that they had a lot of academically ineligible students due to unintentional errors in the academic certification process. They cooperated with the NCAA, so that's why they aren't like losing scholarships
by the organization. So
there's no postseason bans, no scholarship losses, or recruiting restrictions were imposed. So they didn't. Let that have been Jackson State. Let that have been Jackson State.
Oh, they'd have been on my ass. They'd have been.
Not even supposed to.
So what you're saying? They had to cheat to go 6-6.
Nah, they want. That was before then.
Oh, that was from earlier.
That was from earlier now, but they self-reported it. So that they didn't. So when you self-report. When you self-report in a specific amount of time, you won't get hit with that lack of institutional control. did. You know what I'm saying? So they got it under control before the NCAA just stepped in and say, "Yeah, we about to be y'all daddy for the next couple of years. Let me run some of them scholarships."
Yeah, let that have been Jackson State. Lord, we would have so many think pieces.
Right. So does that affect them for next year? Like as far as reduction and whatnot?
Nuh-uh.
Somebody in the chat
They're good.
asked about why we got a Hampton home game.
Well, the real question for all the East Coast people is this game a home and home? Because if it is, this would be a great opportunity in 26 for a lot of those East Coast folks to check out the Tigers.
Do you know, Timona? Home and home? I know that they on the schedule that's released by Hampton, because Jackson State hasn't released our schedule yet. It just says Jackson State home, but that does not mean Jackson State home. That just means Jackson State's the home team. So allegedly, just stand by. Allegedly.
Well, it's still a lot of people.
They're in the they in the chat. They in the chat dropping tea, and ain't no allegeds on there. If you gonna drop tea like that in the chat, can you at least say allegedly?
Yeah, the Chicago alumni chapter said that is allegedly.
Are you sure they said it? Allegedly.
Yeah, it's something in the Ritz group on Facebook saying that it's not going to be in Chicago, because remember we was talking about when Valley went what was that, the year before, and Coach Wade's first year,
he would not be back.
He said he would not go back up there, and they didn't. They missed him over.
See, you can't do Jackson State like
it's so wild, because Chicago has a lot of long money, and that's just, in my opinion, a disgrace to whoever was the promoters. Like,
I was about to say them janky promoters.
Yeah, I mean,
janky promoters.
If you're a really good promoter and you got Jackson State and you're in Chicago, that's not a hard sell to investors, because there's a lot of long money there. Everybody knows Chicago is North Mississippi, national champions. I mean, the list goes. Sonic Boom. It's not a hard sell. And if they couldn't come up with the type of money Jackson State was asking, if that's the issue, then I mean, I'm glad we dodged a bullet.
They probably were used to whatever they offered Valley or North Carolina Central. They probably took it, right? And didn't say, hey, no, we need this, and that.
Well, from what I heard, they usually go after the smaller schools, the smaller HBCUs. That's the reason why they went after Valley and Central State to play that year that they went up there, Wade's first year. So we don't even know what they're gonna do as far as who they're gonna get for next season. But you was talking about Central. Central was in the Circle City Classic. That classic, they just brought that classic back up because financially it wasn't, in the last couple of years it wasn't doing great. Now back in the 80s and the 90s.
I mean, you're gonna make your money back. All they have to do is look at certain places. Shoot, look at the economic impact from the Celebration Bowl. No, it was only 36. I know we can get 40 to 42 in Chicago. Labor Day.
I'm gonna tell you, Simona, and this is a message that kind of goes out to all those HBCU alums that are in those spaces in these cities like Indianapolis, Chicago, Detroit, the West Coast. This is what, and long story short, this is what happens when you're at the table and you're advocating for your HBCU as opposed to the best of HBCUs. You attend, I'm not going to call no names, but you attend certain schools with certain names and you're at the table, which is great. being at the table allows you to really advocate for the best of us.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, you choose to advocate for your alma mater with its 30-piece band and non-existent fan base because you just want to see your alma mater in your city. Stuff like that is going to come back to bite the bigger opportunities in the future. So if you went to a certain HBCU and you're at the table, don't advocate for your HBCU who does not clearly care about football or band. You gotta remember everything is a business at the end of the day, the bottom line. So if you're at the table, advocate
then they're
for
going to think that they can do all HBCUs.
exactly.
HBCUs like that. So that's why those folks came at Jackson State sideways with a low ball number, is because, hey, we're used to offering this much. No, Braxton, stop it. That Pikachu is not going to fit in that little bitty box. Yeah.
My man is just determined over there to get that Pikachu in the box.
Yeah. But all right, y'all. Happy holidays. You guys be blessed. If an Alabama A&M head coach is named, or Valley, or who else we got? Delaware State.
You got Delaware State, got Shaw, you got
I usually don't cover D2. I'm saying like for one of those breaking news that I was doing last year.
There might be some names that are gonna come up for the D2, so I'm gonna keep my ear on the ground.
Fred McNair, maybe. Yes, Mr. Drop the Lank did stop by. And Jerome co-pilot says you're right. You're on the right track for what happened with Chicago. They won't advocate for Chicago anymore, which is sad. I know Chicago got big money, and I also know that they are looking for that type of economic impact, and that would be such a great recruiting tool for the Midwest. Because I remember when I was at Jackson State, everybody would rep their city or rep their state. They'd be like, yeah, we from Chicago. It's like, okay. We from Louisiana. It's like, oh, well, we from New York. I ain't really say nothing about me being from Missouri because I wasn't getting ready to claim St. Louis. You know, folks be claiming parts of cities that they're not from. But Chicago was deep at Jackson State.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So everybody have a blessed night.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
All right, tell everybody Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. All right. I'm going to play the MEAC entrance that did you see it on Twitter, Jerome?
You talking about that post from Dre talking about A&T's audition back to the MEAC?
Hey, yo,
yeah,
that was
I'm gonna
stupid
play
right
the longer
there, man.
edition on the way out. I'm gonna play the longer one.
Hey, what about this daggone post that MEAC Mike done sent to Whitley? We talking about pizza and stuff on Twitter, man.
I ain't gonna say nothing because I definitely had DiGiorno tonight. It was buy one get one free at Publix, and we had DiGiorno.
Hey, but before y'all head out, let me ask y'all, what is y'all's favorite Black Christmas song?
Shoot, the Christmas don't start with me until I hear the Temptations. I don't care what anybody say.
Oh yeah, that's got to be number one.
That's
what
it.
What Temptation song?
In my mind.
It ain't got Silent Night. We talking about the first thing.
I might not be first. Is Mariah Carey black? Is Mariah Carey black?
That's what she told Oprah.
That's
All I
what
want
she
for
said.
Christmas by Mariah Carey.
Okay.
Nah, but I Temptations, Silent Night Temptations, that don't start. I don't hear that. That don't start my Christmas up.
Let me tell y'all, there's a song called "What Do the Lonely Do on Christmas." Have y'all heard that?
Oh yeah, I be at work and they play that at work, man.
It's called "What Do
What
the
song?
Lonely Do on Christmas." The Boom actually played
What
it at
do
the
the
SWAC
lonely
championship.
do?
I want for Christmas.
Yeah,
What do the
I've never.
lonely?
I want for Christmas.
Braxton's
Whitley.
entering the chat. Just run the whole Boyz II Men Christmas album for me after the Black Silent Night.
Oh yeah.
I love Now Behold the Lamb.
Hey, who sings?
Precious Lamb. I can't even sing.
Who sings "Let It Snow"? Is that Brian McKnight or Boyz II Men, or is that
That was
together?
Boyz
II Men.
Okay.
You don't know that song. I know you don't know no Boyz II Men songs. How? You're 7. How would you know that? He's over there singing "Let It Go."
Frozen.
Yes. A Few Good Men, Silver Bells, Silent Night, The Christmas, and Gee Whiz. What do the lonely do for Christmas? I've never. What
So
do
look,
the lonely
come
do
on.
for Christmas?
So let me tell you.
What
So
do
the
the
Boom,
lonely do
the Boom played
at
it at
Christmas?
halftime of the SWAC championship. I didn't know what they were playing until I was reading the comments. So I looked it up on YouTube. Actually, pretty dope.
Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Uh-oh, you done got the band head on here.
Another,
Hey, Jay.
Song.
Hey, y'all, what's up?
Another one.
What
was that? Run DMC.
What's up, Braxton?
What's up, nephew?
Hey, y'all, I missed the whole show. I'm so mad.
Is Saint Bricks a Christmas song, or is he just talking? He gonna talk about some Gucci Man Saint Bricks.
Gucci Man Saint Bricks.
Is that even a Christmas song?
Well, I guess the Gucci Man it is.
Well, wait, what was the question?
What do they do? I said, I've never heard of What Do the Lonely Do for Christmas. I've never heard of that one.
Oh no, I ain't never heard of that one either.
Oh,
what
do the lonely do?
I'm pretty.
Christmas? Whoa, what do the lonely do?
It's by a group called The
Emotions. Hey, I listen to that. I listen to that at work all the time when Christmas season come up.
Go. It's time for bed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Devil is liar.
I don't know. I got to clean up tomorrow, man. I guess I'm gonna put my Christmas music on for tomorrow so that I can get myself in the mood. And then I got me and my big sister. We got to travel to East Texas to Kilgore to go see my dad's grave. So because his birthday is on Monday, he would have been 64.
Lord, somebody said DMX Christmas, y'all. Whitley said.
Yeah. Hey, now, first of all, if we want to go rap, we got to go Run DMC, Rock the Bell. I mean, what was that? Which one is that one? Jerome? Was it? Is it Christmas in Brooklyn or something like that? And then, if you want to go rap,
no, the
first of all,
Players Ball had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it grew up. I know.
Players Ball by Out is actually a Christmas song.
Wait, let me ask y'all. Didn't the Jackson 5, didn't they have a Christmas cut that was real popular? What was the name of that?
Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
Oh yeah, I think it was a slow one too, like a ballad.
I saw Miami Kids and Santa Claus.
Yeah,
that's the one. I guess they had a whole Christmas album.
Oh yeah, they did.
Did Anita Baker do a Christmas album?
Oh, I don't know about Anita Baker. That's before my time.
Why is no way to stop?
We need Mr. Ford up here for this conversation.
Oh Lord.
Look, he'll tell you what Anita Baker had for breakfast.
Bring it back to the 40s and he's gonna lay it out. Black Christmas songs. I've never heard of that before. That was a good question. What about Black Christmas movies.
Oh,
Did you
Friday
know
After
that Eartha
Next.
Kitt had a
Who else? That's
You
the
got a
only one I
what?
can think of. I talk about it.
Santa Baby? Eartha Kitt had a Santa Baby song.
Oh, Kaya the rapper. She got a Christmas song, but kids can't listen to that though.
Lord, Run DMC in house, Queen's Mama cooking chicken and collard greens.
What?
Boy, go to sleep. The preacher's wife. Oh Lord.
Oh, I done brought Willie up to this. I done brought Willie up.
One Wish for Christmas by Whitney Houston.
What was that movie what was that Black Christmas movie that came out a couple years ago with Monique and
Almost Christmas. I know exactly what you're talking
about. Good one. That's a good one.
Oh, yeah, that's a real good
The
one.
The Temptations have Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Like you said, Jackson 5. Chris Brown has This Christmas.
Oh yeah, I forgot all about him.
Stevie Wonder has Somebody at Christmas. Al Green has A White Christmas.
Are we talking about White Christmas as in snow, or White Christmas as in him getting grits thrown on him?
Or I thought you were talking about cocaine. Lord, please help.
Oh no. He got grits. He got hot grits thrown on him.
Nat King Cole has an "Oh Come All Ye Faithful." Oh come all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant.
I had to play that in middle school.
Oh, the Best Man Holiday. That's the best one.
So yeah, maybe I'll do a live where we're doing the Christmas. Ella Fitzgerald had Sleigh Ride. Nat King Cole had Joy to the World.
TLC had Sleigh Ride too.
Oh, really? Give Love on Christmas Day by the Temptations.
Players Ball by Outkast.
What?
Yeah, Players Ball was a Christmas song. It was for real. Go look
Tony
it up.
Braxton. Nope. Tony Braxton had Christmas Time Is Here.
Tony Braxton.
Santa Claus Goes Straight to the Ghetto by Anthony Hamilton. Lord have mercy.
How did I forget about that one?
The fact that you actually know what that is.
Yeah, I know the Boom we used to play.
James Brown. Ain't that James Brown? Santa Claus
Yeah.
Goes Straight to the Ghetto.
I think it's James Brown. Hold on.
Yeah, because the Boom.
Why is that a song, and why does it have In the Ghetto?
Because he's
ever since I lost my voice, it has not been the same, y'all. Boy, if you don't lay down. All right, let me get off of here. I got to get up at like 6 o'clock to take Braxton to make sure that he gets to Virginia because I need a break.
Virginia?
Yeah, he's going with his grandparents to Virginia. Donnie Hathaway this.
Oh yeah, this Christmas. Yeah, Donnie Hathaway.
In Norfolk, Virginia.
Norfolk. He's not going to Norfolk. He ain't going that far.
Or Hampton, Virginia.
We can't forget what's that brother's name that sings I've Been Merry Little Christmas? Chestnut singing by the open fire. Who is that?
Sinatra?
Nat King Cole. Nat King Cole.
Oh.
Hey.
Tannenbaum by Nat King Cole. Norfolk.
Hey, J Hood got a Christmas album out, but they said she sings so loud on it.
Who?
J Hood, Jennifer Hudson.
Somebody had dropped the clip of that on Facebook. She was singing Silent Night. Yo, she was singing Silent Night on 10, boy. I was like, how you do that?
Like she was loud with it.
Very loud, man. She sounded like the Boom.
Oh man. turn it down. Turn it down, man.
Go ahead and play that clip. Come on. Take us out.
Yes.
I'm so sick of Drake for this. I'm so sick of Drake for this clip.
Wait.
Hey, yo, that's crazy.
Are they playing net? I heard that run.
Yes, they are, bro.
That's not like Southern's version too.
Oh, why you say it sound like
You can hear it with the guitar. You heard it? That sounds just like Southern's version.
Listen.
And thank you, Cameo, for giving us a timeless classic.
Why did you not? Actually, not that one, but that was the one that right there. Not all the extra, the little 1, 2 steps. We used to do that all the time.
That's the go-go version.
That's a what?
So that's the go-go version.
I didn't think it was but it did actually. Yeah, we used to do that one too. Yes, I have a good time. See, look at him.
So we got A&T, Hampton, Prairie State, all of them there.